One Tippalora today. Stanley Tippalora. No. The board switch tag low. Low tag.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the head rider of Tasmania going to deal with it. That's not the point.
It's skillful, it's exciting. The NWFL Match of the Day, broadcast made possible by JMC Burnie and Devonport. Proudly support live local footy and Coast FM. Find the ideal vehicle for your lifestyle and budget at jmc.com.au. LMCT 3060. Now it's time to cross to Doc and the boys for today's description of all the action of the Match of the Day on Community Radio Coast FM.
4 after 2 on Coast FM scoreboard football, and in the Colts, Devonport 10-15, 75 defeated Wynyard 5-6, 36 by 39 points. A closer game in the reserves. Devonport 7-6, 48 defeated Penguin 7-4, 46 by 2 points. Let's head to Latrobe to Dale Perry and Brian Payne.
Yeah, thanks very much, Doc. Certainly been looking forward to this game, not all week, all season. Devonport Magpies and Wynyard Cats will be playing in the NWFL Grand Final of 2022, and they've been the best two sides in the competition, and deserve to be practically up the big dance today. No changes to the selected sides. Devonport with a couple of number changes, but no changes to the selected sides. Wynyard made a change as well to play the pre-final last week, bringing in young Logan Smith for John Tippalora. Should be a good game of football. They've played 4 times this year. Devonport have won 3 of those, and the Cats have inflicted Devonport's only loss of the season. It was in one of the later rounds. Actually beat Devonport on that occasion by 31 points. So I think this game's up for grabs today. My selection is the Devonport Magpies. I think they played it for the grand final last year, been there and done that, but a little bit more settled this year. Not that they'll be doing so good, but if the Cats bring their A-grade game along today, it could be a victory heading to the Wynyard Cats. So I'm picking Devonport to win. I'm picking Devonport to win by 21 points. And my tip for the Wayne win medal, I'm going for number 30, Oliver Kelly. Dale, your tips and some thoughts on the games and Wayne medal tip.
Look, Devonport and Wynyard play similar styles of footy. Both sides have got good runners and ball users behind the ball. They've got a midfield that run deep and they've got some really dangerous forwards. Wynyard play the tactic of pushing spare players behind the ball. Devonport fell into the trap in the second semi-final where they kicked shallow to their top of the 50. I think Devonport needed a little lesson out of that. Probably soon into their forward 50 a little bit deeper. Probably start chapping 20 metres out from the square. Which side can get it on their terms and keep it there for long is obviously going to win this game. Both times, at times both two sides are going to have the momentum, so they've got to take the opportunities when that's possible. As you said, Wynyard, if they bring their A-game, if they bring their A-game game here today, they will win. But they've got to bring it today, Brian, because they can't be 10% off. Otherwise, Devonport, who are the reigning premiers, who played up in the last 4 grand finals, will take them to the cleaners. Key matchups today, I'm expecting Bayard to go to Murphy. I reckon it'll be fireworks early. I'm expecting Derrico to go to Barling. From Wynyard, Bressendale will go to Milbourne. My medal winner tip today would be Castles from Devonport, number 22. So I'm tipping Devonport. I've pipped them by 19 points. I just think the Magpies have been consistently very, very good over the year. And as you pointed out, Brian, they've only lost 1 game. I just think Wynyard's worse is a lot worse than Devonport's worse. So my tip today Devonport by 19, and the Wayne Wing medal winner, Charlie Castles from Devonport.
Okay, there's a minute's silence going on the ground. That'd be for John Perkins and Ian Wright, who passed away. Also Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away a couple of days ago. So the umpires, WFL officials, Devonport to my left, Wynyard to my right, having a minute's silence, not only for Her Majesty the Queen, but a couple of very, very good officials who unfortunately passed away during the season.
Thank you very much.
A couple of Devonport players didn't play last year. Fletcher Kelly was in hospital when the game was on. They'd be Devonport Magpies. Would be keen to win for them as you hear the Australian national anthem being sung in the background. So we'll just pause. If you can hear the national anthem in the background, ladies and gentlemen, we'll pause for a few moments until that is finished.
Our land abounds in many of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let sing.
Playing in their fourth straight grand final. It just says a lot for what's going on at Devonport. They're under 8 in the premiership early in the day. The reserves got up and turned a 3-point deficit last year in the grand final. 2-point win today. Devonport now are going for a complete Devonport Magpie day.
There's the toss of the coins taking place right in front of us. There's a breeze playing towards the southern end. And Clyde Byard has won the toss. And Clyde Byard has elected to kick to the southern end, which says that sucks. Instead of going between the no
return, right? We'll go to the Perkins Park end and we'll turn, and you'll find late in the day we'll go towards the highway in the hospital end.
Okay, so that's interesting. So one side could have the advantage of the 3/4 or with the aid of the breeze, but Clyde's looking to kick with the breeze. It's not blowing very strongly at the moment. When it was up during the reserves game, it's probably about a 2-goal advantage to the southern end of the ground. Interesting, most of the people I've spoken to during the week are predicting a Devonport victory, apart from the Burnie supporters. Now, they came out last week to Devonport and watched the Wynyard Cats make absolute mincemeat of Burnie over at Devonport in the pre-final. So all the Burnie supporters I've spoken to have selected the Cats to win because the Cats were absolutely awesome last week. Kabicki, Hamill, Bo Sharman, Noah Fleming, you can go on and on through the whole side. They were just fantastic last week in the pre-final.
They were, Burnie seen it first hand. Burnie were, I think, only served by 4 players last year. Bailey Bow, last week, Bailey Bow, Dylan Smith, Nick Bowles and Nick McKenna down back. Other than that, Burnie, they just didn't tick enough boxes. Wynyard was superb last week in victory. I thought their transition run from defence opened up Burnie and kicked to an open 4-line and Murphy kicked 6. Interesting to see today how Byard takes Murphy now. If I was opposition coach, I would be telling Craig Byard, whoever plays him, saying you've got to run him up the ground. You can't let him park like a caravan in the goal square and sit where he wants to sit. You've got to get him up the ground. Even though Zane's a very good kick, you need to make sure you put pressure on him. You don't want him to set the position that he's going to sit. So it's really important that Devonport run Murphy out. Another interesting matchup, I think Derrico will go to Barling. That was the case in the second semi. Barling played very well last week and played well in the second semi-final. He gives Wynyard a cop out in the ruck, but also very agile and mobile inside Wynyard's forward 50. So they are the 2 players that Devonport really had to contain. Owen O'Son, I thought, was terrific last week. Bruce going back for a long, long time, back from a serious injury. 5 assists he was involved in. It's just his ability to find the football, position himself, and little taps here and a little kick off the ground there. just experience. I'm expecting Hawks to go to O-side. O-side will start high. Marshall's the key for Wynyard. He's a bum-ometer. He plays fit. He's fast. He's strong. He goes up the ground and pushes back towards goal. So Van Buren, who went to him in the second semi, I don't think there'll be much change in that. I think Van Buren will go to Marshall. So key pivotal matchups at either end of the ground. Obviously in the middle, I think Wynyard battle a little bit deeper than Devonport. Kabicki, Sharman, Edgar, Fleming, Bates. Devonport have got Wynyard, they've got Simmons, they've got Forster, they've got Van Buren. So I just think Wynyard probably go a little bit deeper than Devonport in the midfield.
I liked Wynyard's use of both Simon and Murphy last week. When the game was all passed up, they took Murphy off. I think Simon spent more time on the bench than on the ground, but he played well when he was on there. And that was quite sensible coaching by the Wynyard staff.
Wynyard have done a great job. Like as I said earlier today, you know, Bo Sharman's pushed Geordie Payne back across the half back, and he's just been a springboard of attack for the Cats. We watched earlier in the year, Brian, where he kicked 6 goals against Dolphins as a third marking tall forward, and Bo Sharman's had the courage and the foresight to push him back across half back, and he instigates a lot of the runs for Wynyard. So that's where Devonport, they need to go deep inside their 450 today. They can't allow some shallow entries inside their 450 to 50-50. They've got to go deep and put pressure on the Wynyard defence.
Yes, just talking about today's game, I should mention the 3 umpires, Matty Clark, Gary Kane, Raymond Miller. They're 3 top officials. They'll have no bearing on the game. The umpires like the players. They want to make the grand finals. Congratulations to Matty Clark, Gary Kane and Raymond Miller. Don't know the boundary umpires or one of the goal umpires. I know you do know the one. I worked with him for years, Steve Wilcox. He's taking his position up at the Auckland ground. So congratulations to Steve, plus the other goal umpire, plus the 4 boundary umpires who have been on with this big game today. They've got into their little huddles at both ends of the ground.
What do you reckon they do, Brian, nowadays? They tell me they joke now. They come out of the huddles with a big smile on their face and listen, boys, let's not take it too seriously. This is the grand final. Wynyard haven't been successful since 2015. You've got the Wynyard coach and you've got the Devonport coach, both from the same coaching panel at Devonport when they dragged them out of the mire from the horrendous statewide league days. So both those guys had a big impact on Devonport being where they are. Bo wanted to coach. Kurt Byard said, I ain't moving. Bo's gone 70 mile down the road and done a terrific job with the Cats. So we've got 2 Bo Sharman's a life member of Devonport, so we've got 2 Devonport men at home here. It'll be interesting to see what transpires in the first 10 minutes.
I suppose they've gone to the middle there, so we'll start off in the middle.
Bates has come to the wing, so it looks like Bates might be running. I reckon Bates will run with low. Van Buren, Hamill's going forward.
A bit of pushing, shoving at that into the
Marshall's just threw one in the belly. Now the umpires, there's 3 umpires. They've got to be aware of this. Got to be aware of it.
They're trying to make their presence felt. No doubt Devonport when they won the grand final last year, so let's do what the Bernie Dockers did, and let's have a run of 4 or 5 grand finals in a row that the Bernie Dockers did, because that grand final win by Devonport last year was in fact their first win for about 50, third win for about 50 years. So
it's going to be on Kurt Byard's pushing Zane Murphy. You just keep your eye on the play there. I'll just watch you on the play a little bit, Brian.
Okay, so we run the first centre, and Charles gets the first out. Who's going to get the first kick? No one yet. Chasing after it's Clay Simmons. Handball's out. Kick off the ground by Caleb Van Buren. So the first kick's at the start. Oliver Kelly picks up the football. Thought about handballing on the top. Drops it on the boot. Great start. Diving, almost taking the mark. There was Charlie Castles who dropped it. Picked up by Foreman. Under pressure, he got rid of it. Handballs to a teammate who's tackled straight away. And there'll be a ball up about 25 metres out from the Devonport goal. So Devonport first into attack. Caleb Van Buren with the first possession. A clearing kick from the centre. The ball's been tossed up. Picked up by Quade Byard, who's tackled. And once again, we'll have a stoppage at that 25, 26 metres out from the Devonport goal. Ball's tossed high to the air. Picked up by Payne, he's tackled. Ball's out of the pack. First to it is Kabicki. Kabicki a little toe poke, doesn't travel very far. Runs the big Marshall. Busts his way through the pack. Ball's been stolen by Taylor Bates, he's tackled. Handball's over the top. Picked up by the brilliant Lowe. He gets underground handball. Picked up to Kabicki, who's tackled over the boundary line. And the There'll be a boundary throw in as a little melee takes place. The umpire might pick up something here. Take it up, fellas. Here to play football.
Simon's going to have to come off for the blood rule. He split the top of his forehead.
Okay, so
Hawks is coming off too with the blood rule.
Oh, okay. Well, so that must have made a bit of a.
I think someone slipped one under the pack.
Now they found a free kick here, and there's a report. The book's coming out.
L&O Simon's been reported for striking Hawks of Devonport.
Okay, and Hawks has got blood, has he, or
Hawks is off, I'd imagine.
On the blood. Well, okay. Well, L&O Simon's got to realise now 2 strikes and you're out, and he's also got blood in him, so he'll head off.
Now, he was part of the North Launceston side. They'd done this against Burnie. They had Jason Ling carried off in the first 5 minutes. I was part of his side. Now, Alan should have more brains than that. He's a 38-year-old legend of the game.
And a good footballer, an important part in the Wynyard team today. Didn't see what happened, but he's been reported. And that's an early incident that the media will be talking about.
Simmons of Devonport now will drive the Magpies forward, kicks it to the top of the 50, pack forms, punts clear, Waits picks up, umpire blows and whistles, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go back to Weller. Umpires quickly trying to put their stamp of authority on this game. Weller of Wynyard now changes direction, comes inside and finds Hamill. Hamill last week was sensational in the Cats pre-final win. Hamill goes short and he finds Edgar. Edgar, top 5 place getter in the Bulldog medal on last Sunday. Former Northern Bomber premiership player. Edgar goes down the same line, looks for, drops what he should have taken. Barling, tackled by Derrico. Got the handball out, been picked up by Brasendale. Brasendale goes down the wing, looking for and finding Marshall. No mark paid, it has been paid. And Zach Marshall had a sensational this year for the Cats. Marshall quickly plays on, puts the ball inside Pippian, finds Hamill again, who started this possession deep in defence. Devonport need to be aware of Hamill. Hamill now 50 metres out, under the scoreboard. He's going to put the ball, looking for Zane Murphy, I would imagine. He's going to go deep to Barling, goes in long. Barling to the top of the square with Marshall. Marshall goes out, Barling off the top of the pack, picks it off the pack and kicks the Cats first. Wynyard kick there first. 3.5 minutes into the first term. Great play by Hamill. Hello, the umpires have gone down to the goal umpire. We can't go to a screen, and it's been called touched. So the Cats kick the first score on the board. It's a behind.
Oh, yeah, well, they're all celebrating, but the umpire's confirmed, and it's going to be Braden Van Buren to kick in for Devonport. It's a player on his own wide. It's Fletcher Kelly, and Fletcher Kelly has marked on the half-back flank. This time last year, Fletcher was in hospital with a nasty injury. Listen to the grand final on the radio. Fletcher, no one leading. He shook a 70-metre drop punt or mark competition on the wing. Over the back, mark on his chest is Bo Sharman. And Sharman is indicating he got a bit of punch in the belly there, but the umpire's having nothing of that. Sensational start. L&O sign reported as Bo Sharman kicks along towards the forward line. Juggling mark taken by Forster of Devonport on the half-back flank. Big Jack has the football for the Maggies on the half-back flank. One behind leads nothing. Early stages of the grand final. Foster with the left foot goes to the wing, and there's only one player there. It's Quade Bide who marks on his chest and quickly kicks towards centre half forward, where mark's been dropped by Wyatt Kenny. Turnover. Ball being picked up by Geordie Payne. Foster hurriedly getting underneath it. There is Hawks, and he takes a strong mark. Is that to Fletcher Kelly? Now Fletcher Kelly has taken a strong mark. What a season he's had.
Courage.
Fletcher Kelly. Yeah, courage. Dale saying the background. I concur. Players bearing down him, took a gutsy chest mark. Fletcher Kelly kicks towards the half-forward flank. He's kicked it straight to Bo Sharman. And Sharman, like he did last week, is getting plenty of it early. Kicks along towards the wing. It's punched away from Hamill towards the boundary line. Picked up by Barling. Tackled over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Deep on Wynyard's half-forward flank on the Latrobe High School side of the ground. So we've played 5 minutes and 25 seconds in the first quarter. Wynyard with the only score. It's a minor one.
Ball been thrown in. Magpies having trouble kicking the ball out of defence. Marshall goes up. Barling knocks it down. Picked up by Edgar. Gives it outside to Sharman. He comes back inside to Smith. Smith kicks long. Hits a post. When you kick their second behind. When you're 2 behinds, lead Devonport yet to score. We've gone nearly 6 minutes. Van Buren quickly plays on for the Pies, comes down the grandstand side of the ground, looking for Oliver Kelly, couldn't mark the ball. The classy low picks it up, goes inside to Simmons. Simmons to Kelly. Kelly kicks the ball inside Devonport's 50. Foreman under pressure, still under pressure with Kenny. In comes Wynyard with the big-bodied midfielder. Gives it out. Bresnadale picks it up. Bakes is tackled from long. That's holding the ball, surely. No free kick paid. And there's going to be a stoppage on top of Devonport's forward 50. Bakes is going to have to watch Keegan. That's a good move because Bakes is a very, very hard worker. Thrown up now. Chaplin v Walsh. Milbourne at ground level. Gets a quick kick. Goes forward. Van Buren couldn't mark the ball. Kenny comes through. Picked up by Bo Sharman. Sharman with the Wynyard. Slams on his boot. Comes down forward. Simmons falls over. Doesn't trap the ball. Good trap by Van Buren. Van Buren to Simmons. Simmons kicks down the line. Too long. Goes out of bounds. And the Cats will get a free kick 40 metres from their goal. Grandstand side of the ground. Wynyard 2 points. Devonport yet to score.
Sharman, like he did, has the getting plenty of kicks early. It's about kick number 5, and he goes short after Egger. Egger marks on his chest, just inside the defensive 50-metre arc. The man with the Mississippi mud flap has the mullet goes short. Mark taken by Marshall. Zach Marshall, marking on the half-back flank. Cats have started well. This is Marshall, had a good year. He also kicked short, but mark's been taken by Noah Fleming. Fleming outstanding in the pre-final against the Bernie Dockers is marked right in front of the Coast FM commentary position. Coast FM is football. Another short pass marked by Egger, one of Wynyard's prominent Cats early in the game. Egger's marking his chest on the wing. Handballs to Marshall. He's run past Zach Marshall with the left foot, kicks towards the half-forward flank. Barling's his target. Barling under pressure. Couldn't quite interfere with the marking competition. So it's been paid a free kick 50 metres out from goal. Barling kicks to a forward line. Over the back of the pack it goes. Chance for Hamill. Ball on the ground. Coming through is Ren Smith. Didn't take the football with him. They should pull the through for a rush behind the Magpies, and they do. And it's 3 behinds to nothing. Wynyard has 3 behinds. They're kicking to the non-scoring end, and they've started very well indeed. For those Wynyard supporters listening back at home, Coast FM is football. Kirk Wynyard will kick in for the Magpies, who yet to open their account. Kick short. Mark taken by Van Buren. Caleb in the back pocket. Runner-up in the Bulldog medal this year on the Ian Wright medal for Coast FM's player of the year. Kicks wide. Over the back of the pack it goes. Ball on the ground. Underneath the pack of players. Umpire Kane blows the whistle. And he's going to ball it up on the wing on the far side of the ground. What have we played? We've played 8 minutes and 30 seconds in the first quarter. 3 behinds plays nothing.
Stoppage on centre wing. Wynyard winning the territory game at the moment. Picked up by Chaplin out of the ruck contest. Kicks it forward towards Castle. Good mark going backwards to young Payne. Been a revelation since he's been pushed back across half-back. Payne goes down the wing, looking for and finding Smith. This is Ren Smith. Had a really good year. Smith now continues that trend down the line, looking for Barling. Barling behind Derrico. Barling couldn't mark, goes to his knees. Been picked up by Quade Wynyard. Has been prominent. He gives it to Forster. Forster back to Quade Wynyard. The Magpies go forward. Just outside 50. It's Foreman and Castles. Both players keep their feet. Foreman pushes the ball out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary throw in 50 metres from the Devonport goal. Wynyard doing all the attacking, owning the territory game at the moment, but just aren't able to put a goal on the board. They've got 3 points. Devonport yet to score. Ball being thrown in. It's Charles and Chaplin. Chaplin knocks it behind. Weller goes to ground, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to McIver. Named in the All-Star side early in the week, Harry McIver, off half-back, intercepts beautifully. McIver now goes down the scoreboard side of the ground, and he finds Barling, who just pushed Derrico under the ball. Barling changes direction, comes inside, looking for Weller. Good play there by Marshall. Off the line comes Clark, goes back now. John T kicks it forward, and it's taken by Quade Wynyard. Good kick by Forster. Found Quade, been very busy. Best on the ground last year, the Wayne Medal. Finds Nick Milbourne on a long lead. Nick Milbourne inducted into Hall of Fame at the NWFL annual dinner on Sunday. Kicked over 500 goals at this level. Been a superstar for East Devonport. Premiership player with Devonport last year. Milbourne's going to kick from 40 metres out. In comes Nick Milbourne of Devonport. Sits back on it and hits the top of the post. Magpies score their first. It's taken them nearly 11 minutes, Brian. Devonport 1 point, Trade Trail win you 3.
Their first goal just gives either side some momentum. Both sides have kicked the poster. The kick in has been marked by Jonty McIver, who swings around his left foot, and the mark taken by Kabicki on his chest. Kabicki outstanding last week. He won the Bulldog medal, been outstanding all season. His kick is spot on. Dropped by Eger, that's unusual. Now he's tackled. Got a handball away just in time. Intercepted by Quade Wynyard. His kick is spot on. Finds Bo Nash. Nash kicks towards the forward line. Over there is Caleb Van Buren. He's tackled to the ground on the 50-metre paint. Is that ball coming out of there? No, it's not. Umpire's going to ball it up. On the half-forward flank, about 45 metres from the Devonport goal. We've travelled 11 and a half minutes in the first quarter of the grand final. 11 and a half minutes, and it is 3 behinds to 1 behind. The Cats with their claws in front by 2 behinds as we had another stoppage on the half-forward flank. Another pack develops, another stoppage. Up goes the football. Ruckman fly high. Charles got the tap. Taps in the open spaces. Kick off the ground by Ren Smith. Marked and kicked forward by O'Sign. He's back on the ground. His kick is brilliantly marked back there by Van Buren Braden, who marks and plays on. Kicks towards centre half forward. Over the back of the pack it goes. A chance here. Ball picked up by Caleb Van Buren. Sends a long bomb towards goal. And it is touched right on the line. So it's 2 behinds plays 3 behinds. The Cats with the 3 behinds. The Maggies with the 2 behinds. Still no goals here in the grand final. It's the Cats by 1 behind as the kick goes to far side of the ground. Strong mark almost taken by Kabicki. Didn't have enough of it. Now he's got it. Now he breaks clear. Goes this way. Gets around on the right foot. He's not preferred, but he's kicked it straight to Hawks, who's marked on the wing.
Changed his jumper number with blood on it, I think.
Oh, OK. I was looking for number 23. I thought it was Hawks, but he's changed. He must have blood on his jumper. Ball goes forward. Picked up by Charlie Castles. Charlie Castles across the ground for a diving mark being taken by Braden Van Buren, Caleb Van Buren on the 50-metre paint. And Caleb, one of the top players in the competition, from there with a win behind him, has a chance for goal number 1 in the grand final. Number 33 for the Magpies. Keegan well on the mark, standing right on that 50-metre line. As Jacob Hamill comes off for a spell. Caleb runs close to the mount on the mark, shoots for goal, and has put that straight through the middle. The star Devonport's on-caller has kicked the first goal of the grand final. There's 1-2 to 3 behind.
And the only Devonport player that could probably kick that had the ball in his hands. Great play by Castles, come across the top of the 50, seen Van Buren on a lead and hit him. Didn't waste that ball, so good goal by Devonport against the tide. The Cats have had all the momentum in the first 13 minutes of this game, but just haven't been able to put the score on the board. When you're kicking into what I think it would be a 2-goal breeze, Devonport now, they need to get their game going. Devonport 1-2-8, they lead the Cats 3 behind. Clark throws the ball up. Barling's on him now. Marshall's gone over the top. In comes Wilborn off the square. Good play by Brasendale. Stops, steadies, props, kicks the ball forward inside his forward 50. It's Hawks and O'Sign. Neither player can get a hand on it. Van Buren picks it up at ground level, gives it to Hawks. Hawks now running off half-back, comes towards the grandstand and finds young Lockie Kelly. The younger of the Kelly twins. Lockie Kelly goes forward looking for Craig Wynyard, kicked it and hit the target, the ball goes out of bounds. 3 Kelly brothers playing today, Lockie, Fletcher and Oliver. Thrown in 60 metres from the Devonport goal. Devonport starting to get some run off half-back. Hawks and O'Sign still going at it behind the play. Marshall comes in for Wynyard, hits it down towards Lowe. Lowe dispossesses the ball, goes to Simmons. Simmons goes over to Quade. Byart, his 7th possession already. Byart goes long, looking for Chaplin. Melbourne at ground level, tackled well. Foreman comes in, so too does Castles. Castles tries to keep it alive. It's gone out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary from him. 2 metres around from the point post. Grandstand side of the ground. Devonport 1-2-8. They lead Wynyard 3 behinds.
Yeah, it's shaping like a great game of footy here at Latrobe, and hasn't Craig Byard been sensational in the first quarter. Here comes a boundary throw in towards the Ruckman. Barley got the tap down, got down to Sharma, off the side of his beat by Bow. It's out of bounds on the full. Against the side he's a life member for. And the nearest player is Keegan Lowe. He's had a sensational season. Didn't too far out to score, Keegan.
Oh, can you remember that goal he kicked under the cricket pavilion, Brian?
The man on the mark, Tyler Bates, is standing right on the 50-metre junction. But Keegan's looking at the goals. If he kicks this, it'll be sensational. It's close to the man on the mark. Kicks into the man on the mark. Turnover. Ball finishes up with Kabicki. Kabicki, a clearing kick for the Cats. He's kicked in the open spaces. A race on. He takes a big Zane Murphy. He picked the ball up against Fletcher Kelly. Works his way through the pack. Well done, Fletcher. Once again, the ball is over. Still going to take the bunch of tackles off the position. Here comes Clay Simmons. Handball's wide to Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly with the left foot kick single across the ground. West Hart dropped over the right side. The Wynyard class didn't talk. Bad communication. Ball spills down to Nash. Nash around the corner. Finds Clay Simmons. The handball's over the top. in the direction of Kelly. Decent tackle. Lost possession of the ball. Has been penalised for holding the ball. He got blocked with Kelly. And the tackler has been rewarded, Tyler Bates. Blue collar football to Tyler Bates. His kick is after Barling. Barling just missed the head over the boundary line. Boundary zone. Deep on Devonport's half-forward flank on the grandstand side. 16 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the grand final. In the first quarter, Devonport 1-2, lead Wynyard 0-3. Ball's bouncing around between players. Goes down to Lowe. Lower short distance kick, not 15, says the umpire. As Jack Foster kicks a hurried punt kick towards the forward line. Logan Smith has a tackle, lose it. Ball goes down to Curtis Bressendale. He handballs to Bates. Bates is tackled to the ground. Another boundary away he goes. And there'll be a boundary throw in 55 metres from the Devonport goal. Dale, Devonport 1-2-8. Lead the Cats. 0-3-3. It's the Magpies with their beaks in front by 5 points.
Just lifting the tempo with the Magpies. Ball being thrown in. It's Kaplan and Bressendale. Bressendale down to Low. Then picked up by Forster. Handballs over top to Kelly. Kelly falls over. Pressure from Bressendale. We are going to get another stoppage. Still 60 metres from the Devonport goal. Devonport just steady the last couple of minutes. They're able to kick their first goal. It just looked like they're getting on top of the Cats at the moment. Bressendale knocks the ball forward. Picked up by Low again. Handballs are back inside the play. And picked up by Barling. Barling tries handball to Sharman. He tackled Van Buren. And O'Sullivan again's at it. And antagonistic going on here. And it's going to be a free kick to Bo Sharman. A little bit of undisciplined play there by the Magpies. And Bo Sharman, the coach of the Cats, has got a free kick. A little bit of niggling on. Just got to be careful here, both sides. Sharman now left foot. Goes straight down the ground. Kapicki couldn't mark the ball. He's been paid the mark. Top hands. And Kapicki, the ball lock medal winner, has got a free kick. Crowd going berserk here at the Latrobe Recreation Ground. Now Kapicki's going to play on. Kicks on his left. Goes short and looks for Murphy. Murphy dropped what he should have taken. Ball spills on the ground. Out comes Derrico. Derrico kicks a short ball short and finds Nash. Up and coming star, young Bo Nash. Played well when he came on in the second semi-final. Plays on quickly. Transfers play. Going to put Simmons under pressure. Simmons is under pressure. He's got 2 to beat. Simmons does well. Goes back with the Marshall of Wynyard. Great tackle by Simmons. He's kept the ball in. Ball's been flipped out now. Sharman gives it to McIver. McIver handballs it back out of bounds. And we're going to get a boundary throw in 60 metres from the Devonport goal. Wynyard goal, sorry. It's a free kick. Disciplined play by Zach Marshall. That's what he's capable of. That's what Zach's capable of. He's capable of so much good football. It's just underneath. There's cracks starting to appear. Simmons now goes down the line looking for Bayard, but Bo Sharman marks the football. Bo's played extremely well today. I thought he was Wynyard's best last week against Burney. And Bo Sharman, right in front of the commentary box here at Latrobe, takes a good, solid chest mark. Cats searching for their first goal. We've nearly gone 20. Sharman puts it in top of the 50. Jonty Clark underneath, properly should have taken. Simmons goes in, good play by Edgar, kept the ball alive. He's tackled by Jonty Clark, and no free kick. We're going to get a ball up, 35 metres from the Cats' goal. Devonport 8, they lead Wynyard 3. We've gone 19 and a half minutes.
Bad skill earlier by Jonty Clark. Johnny got to hold those. And up goes the football, 40 metres from the goal. Tap down, little clearing kick by Devonport. Tyler Bates runs up, but Tyler Bates is tackled straight away. And the football knocked out of his hands. Now the ball's pinballing around underneath a pack of glass just inside Wynyard's 50-metre arc. And umpire Kane, the oldest of the 3 wise men today, has called for a ball up. 20 minutes were played in the first quarter, only 1 goal kicked. Devonport 1-2, lead the Cats by 0-3-3. Out comes the handball. Into the front there is young Kelly. It's tackled. Brooks goes back to his brother, Fletcher, who kicks long towards the forward line. Over the back of the pack it goes. Coming through there strongly was Charlie Castle. Charlie picks up. Charlie snaps. Ball bounces towards the goal. Gets a vicious off break. And Charlie Castle is going to pick the player of the game. The right wing battle has kicked a great goal. So it's Devonport 2-2. Wynyard 0-3.
And that's what Castle's just capable of. He's kicked a bag of 5 on a couple of occasions this year. Just so clever. Clean with the ball in his hand. Very dangerous. And they put Foreman on Castles. That's how much they regard Castles. Ball being brought back to the middle. Umpire Clark goes in. Very, very handy goal by the Magpies. 2-2-14 now, Devonport. They lead Wynyard 3 behinds.
Well, we've seen 2 or 3 undisciplined acts, a couple by Devonport, one by Wynyard. They've got to cut that out. That'll lose you a grand final.
Charles now goes to O'Sign. O'Sign's been caught, throws the ball in the air. Van Buren's been tackled. And we're going to get a ball up right on the edge of the centre square grandstand side of the ground. The Magpies 14, they lead Wynyard 3. Marshall in front, knocks the ball down. Milbourne playing high, goes to ground, is tackled quickly. Ball being brought under, and we are going to need another stoppage. We've had a couple of little flare-ups coming from these stoppages in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Must be something going on inside the contest. And the umpires are quickly to stamp their authority on it. Clark throws the ball up. It's going to be Charles. Charles knocks it over the top. Simmons runs off half-back. Couldn't pick the ball up. Noah Fleming goes backwards to Bressendale. Bressendale handballs it wildly. Intercepted by Milbourne. He comes inside back to Bressendale. Bressendale on the Kyber. Eggers dropping the ball. Great tackle there by Quade Byard. Best on the ground thus far, Quade Byard. Sharon, they're going to be very, very careful there. If you're going to start something, he needs to be able to finish it. Quade Byard, the powerful Devonport captain, kicks from centre wing, goes down the line looking for Lockie Kelly, goes over the back. Bressendale couldn't pick it up. Lockie Kelly knocks it on. Milbourne now at the back of the contest. Too high. Good pick up by umpire Clark. And it's going to be a free kick to McIver. Jonty McIver of Wynyard.
Johnny McIver with a free kick, one of the two McIver brothers playing for the Cats today. I think the Cats supporters would love to see them get their next goal. 2 goals, 2 plays, 3 behinds. Cats started well, Devonport has settled. Quade Byard's been brilliant as Johnny kicks to a mark. Great mark, almost taken by Derrico. Didn't have enough of it. Ball spills out of the pack to Clay Simmons. His handball is smothered. Ball's tapped out again. Legal disposal against Wynyard.
Good umpire.
And the free kick will go to Braden Van Buren on the half-back flank for the Devonport Magpies. Braden, number 12 on your screen, looking left, looking right, decides to go backwards to Johnny Clark, and Johnny takes a mark. Johnny kicks the ball sideways, and a mark taken by Kurt Byard. Kurt Byard kicks across the ground. Mark taken by Fletcher Kelly, who's been good in the first quarter. Didn't play last year, he was in the hospital when the game was played. In the meantime, the ball finished up with Beau Sharma. Handball's wide, missed his target. There's Fletcher Kelly again. Fletcher breaks a tackle, then handballs to the open spaces. Race on. Taylor Bates gets it. Handballs backwards to Foreman. He handballs to Geordie Payne. Geordie Payne kicks hurriedly towards the boundary line. Bounces a couple of times. Over it goes on that burgundy-coloured bike track on the Latrobe High School side of the Latrobe Oval. Devonport 2-2-14. Wynyard 3 behinds, margin 11 points. 11 points in favour of the reigning premiers, the Devonport Magpies. Now the ball's been thrown in, comes down, picked up by Jack Forster, kicks towards centre half forward, almost a mark. Ball comes out of Beau Sharma, the handball's wide to Geordie Payne, who, in fact, the Terry McIver goes to run, kicks spot on, being marked by Connor Barling. Connor Barling sees a player running down the ground. His target is O'Sign, he's been pickpocketed there by Braden Van Buren. He's playing a good game also. He handballs wide to young Derrico. Derrico down the corridor, almost a mark to Oliver Kelly. Ball punched away from him. Doing the ravings, young Nash. He handballs wide, but in the way. The ball's been pickpocketed there by Keegan Weller. He kicks long towards the wing. Kabicki's getting under it, and the reigning Bulldog medalist has marked on the wing, and he plays on towards centre half forward, where Barling's on his own, and Barling has taken the mark.
Great kick by Kabicki. Great vision, and Barling, who's been very busy, starting to run Derrico around a little bit. Barling's on a kick from 45. Looking to kick Wynyard's first. We've gone 24, nearly 25 minutes in the first term. Devonport done extremely well to keep Wynyard goalless. Wynyard had the territory game on their terms early. Devonport now with the momentum. In comes Barling. Long, not straight. And it's another behind for the Cats. 4 behinds Wynyard. 2-2-14 the Magpies. Devonport's starting to get their chip kick game going. Both sides like to take those uncontested mark and break the game up, going at different angles. Braden Van Buren has started well, kicks it short and finds Kenny. White Kenny. Down from the forward line into defence, usually uses the ball well, goes out wide, looking for Chaplin. Chaplin takes a nice mark on centre wing. Handballs inside to Nash, who provides them up with a bit of run. Nash runs into the brick wall there. Handball back to Chaplin. Good play by Barling. Good tackle by Chaplin. Ball being pushed backwards to Derrico. Derrico to Nash. Nash back to Derrico. Derrico now kicks wildly over his shoulder. Down the centre wing. Up goes Payne. In comes Nash, who's been busy. Left foot kick inside Nash, but doesn't hit the target. It's been intercepted by Harry McIver.
Can't be on there in the first quarter. The Cats are dearly love to get a late goal. Latrobe 10 points. Haven't hit the big sticks yet. Harry taking plenty of time, kicks towards the wing. They fly on the wing, punched away from Barling. Barling's got it now, breaks the tackle, handballs wide to Sharman. Sharman with a kick towards the half-forward flank. Kabicki's on his own, and Kabicki marks on the 50-metre paint. Probably in fact, Kabicki has marked on the 50-metre paint. He'll have a shot for goal. I don't think he's got caught at the legs there. He's only a small player, Callum Kabicki. He'll have a shot for goal from the man on the mark standing 49 metres out. So Kabicki's got to kick this about 54, 55 metres. Angle about 45 degrees. I thought if he kicks this, it'll really lift the young Cats side. They started well. They've been outplayed in the second part of the quarter. What can you do, Callum, when your goal is at this stage of the game? He's going to go for the spiral. He gets onto it. It's going to be touch and go. It's put through. Touched right on the line. Great effort by Callum Kabicki, but it fell just short. It was touched before it went through. So at quarter time, the Cats have 5 behinds. One more scoring shot than Devonport, who lead with 2-4. So the margin is 9 points at the first break. And the 2 goal kickers for Devonport. Caleb Van Buren kicked their first. Charlie Castles kicked their second. At quarter time, the reigning premiers 2-2-14. Lead Wynyard 0-5-5, the margin 9 points. Coast FM's football, go back to Doc in the Coast FM studio and hear Ned's thoughts on a entertaining first quarter.
In an accident, insurance will pay for your...
And Dale Perry with the call on Coast FM Scoreboard Football. Let's head back to Dale Perry for his summation of the first quarter.
Look, a typical grand final first quarter, lots of pressure. I thought Wynyard started really well. They were taking a lot of uncontested marks. They were changing the angles. They were making Devonport's defence shift. And look, it paid dividends, but they just couldn't convert when they went inside their forward 50. Devonport then got the game on their terms, and they're a little bit quicker than what Wynyard are when they play that uncontested marking game. They get the players flying off the line behind the ball and kicking it long inside an open forward 50. Devonport just got the momentum in the later part of that game. Some interesting tactics in that game. Some really niggling incidents, especially in the packs, in close. And as I said, Alan O'Sign's an ornament of the game, an absolute star, involved in a couple. But that's what good players do. They try and get the opposition off the game. So both sides have to make sure they settle down and play disciplined football. But look, at quarter time, for me, Devonport looked to have their game up and about. I thought Quade Byard was sensational. Contested marks have been more beneficial than what Wynyard had been at the moment, Brian.
Yeah, 2 goals to play, 0-5 at quarter time. As Dale said, I think Wynyard were the best side the first 10 minutes. But Devonport steadied, Quade Byard, Braden Van Buren and some others were... Fletcher Kelly, terrific off the half-back line, terrific for the Magpies in the first quarter. So I read Lee Matthews' book, A Great Read, and there's one thing that I got quite a bit of it. But one thing he did say, when he coached a lot of grand finals, both at Collingwood and up at the Brisbane Lions, if there's an incident, if somebody hits you over the head with an axe, don't retaliate in the grand final. We've seen 3 or 4 little niggling incidents. I think a lot of those signs were being reported for called alleged incidents was for allegedly striking
Hawks.
Allegedly striking Ben Hawks. A couple of other incidents where the umpires are going in to bounce the ball and then giving a free kick. It's a grand final. Just take it. Those little things could cost you the win at the end of the day.
And it's always a retaliator that gets caught, especially when it's in the pack. The retaliator, the umpire comes in and the retaliator gets caught. But look, you can't afford any 50-metre penalties. It's a grand final, and look, they can be pivotal moments in a final if they can kick a goal off a 50 because someone's been undisciplined. But look, Wynyard won the first part of that quarter. I thought the Magpies got the game on their terms. They got playing the way that they like to play, the way that they play really well. This is their 4th grand final in a row. They're a seasoned campaign side, even though they've got 10 new players in today's side that didn't play off from last year's final. That's a massive turnover. You expect 5 or 6, but Devonport have got 10. So what a terrific turnaround by the Pies. And they find themselves in front at quarter time. But we've got 3 quarters to go, and Wynyard are renowned for their tenacity and their ability to stay in the game regardless of the situation.
Yeah, one thing with Wynyard last week was a fantastic win against Burnie, but one thing was overlooked to say once they were was their kicking. They kicked 15-17, and all those 17 behinds were gettable. And in the first quarter, they kicked 5 behinds. They've got to find their compasses in the second quarter. They're playing a good side, the Devonport Magpies, and when they get a chance to kick goals, they must kick them. About to get underway in the second quarter as umpire Kane tosses the ball high in the air. It's Charles versus Marshall, and Marshall got the tap down. Pass over on the ball, picked up by Johnny McIver. So the first clearance to Wynyard Cats. Ball bounced on the third line, picked up by Marshall. Tackled to the ground. Had no price as the umpire. There will be a ball up deep on Wynyard's half-forward flank. So the Wynyard Cats, first into attack in the second quarter. Up goes the football. Charles got the tap down. It's picked up and driven forward by Egger towards the forward line. Almost a mark to Marshall. Didn't have enough of it. Picked up by Van Buren. He handballs backwards to Hawks. Hawks are clearing. Kicks as a player on his own. It's Caleb Van Buren. And Caleb Van Buren marks and runs. Kicks long towards the forward line. Marking competition. Strong mark taken by Kelly. I've only seen him play a couple of games. He's got terrific hands, young Lockie Kelly. He's marked 52 metres out from goal. And now moves the ball on quickly. Why not? He's got some marking options. And a strong mark taken, no touch. Pounces the umpire, and the ball's tapped forward. On the line was Milburn. He kicked the ball through for goal, but umpire Wilcox the goal up and right in the spot, so the ball's already gone through. It's a minor score, only kicked by Devonport to start the second quarter. 2-4 plays 0-5, 2-3 plays 0-5. As the ball's been kicked in back there by Weller towards the half-back flank. The mark taken over there on the half-back flank by... Who's that over there? That's young Smith, is it? Ren Smith?
For Wynyard?
Yeah. Had a great year, young Ren Smith. Kicks from half back to half forward. They fly on the half forward flank. Mark taken there by Zach Marshall. Marshall's marked on the wing. Cats need a goal to get something going. Smith's on his own. He's been spotted. No, he hasn't. So Marshall goes long. And there's a 50-metre penalty.
Dear, oh dear.
That's the first 50-metre penalty of the game. We've had a couple of reversals. And the 50-metre penalty will take Zach Marshall to about 25 metres of goal. I don't know what happened there, but you just cannot give 50-metre penalties away. Did somebody run inside the prohibited area?
I'm not sure, but Gary Kane gave it, and it must have been on if Gary Kane does that, because he's pretty level-headed, Gary.
And the normally gives the players a warning to get out, and if they disobey him, well, it's going to be, could be a goal as a result of undisciplined players. Marshall comes in, shoots for goal, and has put it through the middle. So the Cats get their first goal, and they need the goal.
It releases the pressure a little bit from the Cats. They started well in the first term, they've started well in the second, and quickly got one on the board. A very badly needed goal now. Wynyard now 1 goal 5. 11. They trail the Magpies by 4 points. Devonport 2-3-15. That should be 2-4-16, shouldn't it?
No, 2-3 is right.
2-3. Just rush through. Me going to throw the ball up in the middle of the ground. Intriguing game. 4 points of difference. 3 minutes into the second term. Magpies going for back-to-back. Marshall goes up the top. Hits it over the back. Milburn comes in off the square under pressure from McIver. Wynyard tries to get it out. Milbourne pushing through, tackled by Kubicki. Ball up, still in the middle of the Latrobe ground. 15 plays 11. Devonport in front. Marshall over the top. Kubicki goes in, runs into Smith. Nick Milbourne on the bottom of the contest. And umpire again comes in. And we're going to get another ball up. 3 stoppages now. The ball hasn't gone anywhere. Both sides realise the importance of the next 10 minutes. Marshall in front. Kubicki off the ground. Marshall catches it. Tries to handball to Van Buren. Van Buren puts it in front of him. Under pressure from McIver. Good play by McIver. Puts it out towards the boundary line. Wicks picks it up on the wing. Comes back inside. Uses his left. Kicks it high. Looking for Chaplin. Chaplin comes off the line. Couldn't mark. Castles goes in. Bresendale goes down. So too young Kelly comes out. Foreman of Wynyard kicks it out of the defence. It dribbles towards the wing. Good play over there by young Fleming. Flips it up. Picked up by Wicks. Wicks of Devonport puts the pies inside 50. Intercepted by McIver. He handballs to Sharma. His kick's been smothered. McIver under pressure goes backwards and he's been caught. Is that throwing the ball too high? Umpire Clark comes in. It's going to be a free kick to McIver for too high. 20 metres from the Devonport goal.
Yeah, Harry McIver's one of the players. Wynyard's had a fantastic season, really lifted from last year. That's why Wynyard are in the grand final this year. But on Harry, free kick at centre half back for the Cats. Now he's looking to the far side of the ground, kicks it long to a marking competition. Hamill flies, couldn't quite hold the ball. Picked up by Smith, his kick is smothered. Have the volleyball spike down there by Hamill. Football heading towards the boundary line. Pickpocketed by Fletcher Kelly, who's been brilliant in the first part of this game. He drives the ball forward. Raving is Charlie Castles. Handballs inboard to Kenny. Kenny doesn't miss. He's gone across the ground. And the veteran Milbourne marks in the forward pocket within range. Milbourne is playing on, opens up the angle and has put it through the middle. The veteran's happy and the Devonport Magpies have their third goal. Devonport 3-3-21, lead the Cats 1-5. It's the Magpies by 10.
And Castles again involved in that goal assist. Just good play by Castles, but Fletcher Kelly off half-back, pickpocketed under the scoreboard as Brian said in the call and pushed the ball forward. And it could be a free kick before the ball's even bounced. Milbourne's been downed at centre-half forward. Some stuff going on off the ball here. Lucky there's 3 umpires. Ball being thrown up now by Mr. Kane. Marshall taps it down. Picked up by Forster. Forster slams it forward for the Devonport Magpies. They're inside. Pippi Chaplin nearly took a mark. Kicked out of the contest by McIver towards the boundary line. And the ball goes out of bounds and it's been called deliberate. Can you believe that call? Out of the contest. And Wyatt Kenny, capable of anything. The X Factor, capable of kicking this from a very, very... Well, he's beyond the boundary line when he kicks this. He's going to come out. I'll tell you what, this will lift the roof off the grandstand. If he puts the Magpies in front by even more. Kenny kicks it up. Goes wide, too wide. Chaplin takes a mark on his chest, 10 metres out. Chaplin starting to have an influence on this game. Got his hands to a couple of contests, just didn't grab them in front now. His height starting to cause a little bit of concern down there for the Cats. Weller can't control him. In comes Charlie Chaplin. He's going to kick from 12 metres out on an acute angle, scoreboard side of the ground, looking to kick the Magpies fourth. In comes Chaplin. Oh, he's missed. 3-4-22 Devonport. They lead Wynyard 1-5-11.
Yeah, bad kicking's bad football on both sides, missing gettable goals. You've got to kick them. Bo Sharman will kick in. He decides to go down the far side of the ground. That's a lovely kick by Bo. Kicks to a marking competition. It is not marked, it's on the ground. Coming through is Ren Smith, little toe pick off the ground. In the way there is Big Jack Forster, who gets a hurried kick towards the forward line. Marking competition. Ball marked by Van Buren, who goes for a run. Van Buren from a long way out shoots for goal and has missed away to the right-hand side. Both sides missing gettable goals. Devonport 3-5. The Cats 1-5. Margin 2. That's 2 goals in favour of the Devonport Magpies, who are keen to make it back-to-back grand final wins. Kicking by Geordie Payne. It's long to the far side. The mark taken by Hamill. Hamill has marked on the half-back flank. Outstanding in the pre-final was Jacob Hamill. Sees the lead up forward. A couple of Devonport players run into another, and another one roves. It's Wicks, who handballs over the top to Clay Simmons. Clay Simmons kicks towards the forward line. And There's going to be a free kick down the ground. Something happened off the ball, but silly.
Undisciplined Wynyard. They're starting to get undisciplined, the Cats.
Can't afford to be undisciplined. In fact, it was as he kicked the ball, so the kick's coming back to Clay Simmons on the wing. Clay Simmons of Devonport with a free kick on the wing. Clay Simmons kicks it short. He's after Van Buren. Poor kick. It's off the side of his boot over the boundary line of the wide crack. That'll be a boundary going deep on Devonport's half-forward flank on the far side of the ground. It's a 2-goal ball game with Devonport 3-5, the Cats 1-5. 23 plays 11, 8.5 minutes into the second quarter of the grand final. Up goes the football, comes down to Smith. He handballs to Egger. Egger goes wide after Murphy. Murphy's knocked to the ground. That was at the stage, I think, Dale, isn't he? He's come down the ground to try and get himself into the game. A pack develops on the far side, and there'll be a ball up. Up goes the football. Ruckman fly high. Marshall got the tap down. Off he's up in the pack. Picked up by Forster. Forster tackle to the ground. No prize, says the umpire. Get another stoppage. Get another ball up wing on the far side of the ground. 23 plays 11. As we head towards 9 minutes in the second quarter. That's a Devonport with building by 12. Kicked off the ground by Tom Charles towards the forward line. Something to pack a pass. Handball comes out of the pack. Chance for Kabicki. Kabicki, clever, works his way through the pack. Kicks long towards the forward line. Handball's his target. Handball couldn't quite hold onto it. Pickpocketed by Fletcher Kelly, who's been brilliant. He kicks wide. Mark taken by Simmons. Brad on the half-back flank for Devonport.
Simmons now for Devonport. He's going to go down the same line. Yes, he does. He goes down to the wing. Scoreboard side of the ground looking for his captain in Wynyard. Wynyard's been pushed out of bounds and we're going to get a boundary throw in on centre wing. Scoreboard side of the ground. Devonport on top for me, Brian. They kick the next goal. They're going to take full advantage of this momentum. They seem to be running Wynyard a little bit ragged at the moment. Just more confident in their play at the moment, Devonport. Marshall done extremely well. Walsh goes over the top. Van Buren off the contest. Kicks it forward. Foreman overruns it, picked up by Castle, gives it to Lowe. Lowe goes inside Devonport's 50, kicks it over Chapman's head. Nick Milbourne goes to ground, picked up McIver. He handballs it sideways to Brasendale. Brasendale now brings it over to the grandstand side of the ground. It's Fleming and Nash. Two speeches, it's Payne, and that's surely no free kick there. We're going to get a boundary throw in. And we are right in front of the commentary box here. Devonport 23, they lead Wynyard 11. We've gone 10.5 minutes into the second term. Marshall takes front spot. Charles comes over the top and puts it forward. Van Buren again tries to pick it up under pressure from McIver, and it goes out of bounds right in front of the Wynyard coaching staff. Grandstand side of the ground. As I said earlier, Devonport on top for me at the moment. They get the next goal, I'll take full advantage of the momentum. Seem to be running Wynyard a little bit ragged at the moment. Marshall, Charles from behind, hits it over the back of the contest. Kabicki comes in, good tackle by Kelly, allows Simmons to come in. That's Clay Simmons, he slams the ball forward. Clay Byard's fallen over, McIver's knocked it back. Nash comes in, picks it up, kicks it, ball in the middle, good vision by young Nash, and he finds Simmons. Clay Simmons now puts the ball in front of Chaplin. Chaplin couldn't mark it. Under pressure from McIver. Good play by Harry McIver. Kicks the ball out of the forward line, out of the defence looking for Sharman. Wicks shrugs the tackle, then beats Smith. Comes inside 50, kicks it long. Castles. It's Kelly. It's Oliver Kelly. You got Fletcher Kelly at one end, you got Oliver Kelly at the other. These Kelly boys are dominating this grand final. And Oliver Kelly's going to kick from 30 metres out. They got ice running through their blood, these veins, these blokes. Brian, this bloke won't miss this. He's 30 metres out. I'm telling you now, Oliver Kelly won't miss this. And I'll tell you what, it'll be a handy goal too. It'll really take advantage of the momentum that Devonport's got over the last 6 or 7 minutes. Just playing more discipline. It's on the top of the goal square. It's on top of the goal square here. Zane Murphy's on top of someone. And we've got the umpires and we've got a 50-metre penalty. Kelly bangs it through. Devonport's kicked 4-5. Devonport's winning the game. Wynyard's more interested in winning the fights, Brian Payne.
Yeah, Zane Murphy seems involved there. Zane's been very quiet, but they've got to settle down. Wynyard, they're playing a very good side, and they trialled by 3 goals.
They've lost the plot, the Cats.
They're only 3 goals down, and they've got the halfway mark of the second quarter, and they're a good side. They can fight their way back, but they've got to cut out this these little brain mills. I toss the ball up quickly in the centre before something else can start. And the ball's going to be picked up and handballed to Braden Caleb Van Buren. Lose the ball in the tackle. Kick off the ground by Forster, who's playing well. Finds Lowe. Lowe works his way for the pack. Handballs to Oliver Kelly. Ball beats Kelly. They should clear of the catch, but they had a tackle the fumbles. Now ball's been picked up by Sharman, who's tackled to the ground. Devonport supporters yell out ball. That'd be a horrible call. They had no chance there. It will be ball up 35 out from the Devonport goal. Devonport's 4-5, lead the Cats 1-5. Cats lead the next goal. Ball on the ground, coming through is Egger. Taps the ball in front of him in the direction of Bakes. He tacks it wide. He's tapped it straight to Nash. Nash over the top. Finds Simmons. Simmons goes wide to Kelly. Kelly for his second goal in a minute. Slams it towards goal, but he's pulled it and has just stuck in for a minor score. But the Devonport side have the momentum. Dale, they lead 4-6 to 1-5. Wynyard got to settle. They've got to get something going.
This was my concern coming in. Devonport never get undisciplined. Wynyard have a tendency to do so. Going to be kicked out by Weller. Comes out. Geez, that's a poor kick. He's kicked it on the bike track, and Nick Milbourne will get a free kick. 55 metres from the Devonport goal. Magpies with all the momentum. Playing the ball inside their front half now. Mick Moore's going to go long. He's going to go long to Chaplin, and that's what he does. Top of the square. No one can mark the ball. Goes over the back. Picked up by Brasendale. He quickly slams it over his shoulder. Looking at the boundary line and finds it. Is that going to be... No, good call by me. And it's going to be a boundary throw in 50 metres out from the Magpies goal. Devonport 4-6-30. Wynyard 1-5-11. We've gone 14 and a half minutes into this second term. The Cats need a goal badly. Ball being thrown in. Barling over the top. Nash couldn't mark it. Goes back in. Simmons off the ground. Picked up by Barling. Goes outside to Kabicki. The Bulldog medal winner. Kabicki now down the line. Good played in there by Derricos. Pushed the ball out of bounds right in front of the Wynyard coaching staff. And we're going to get another boundary throw in grandstand side of the ground. Centre wing. Devonport 19 points up. Devonport now with all the momentum. But Wynyard are a good side. They've proven that throughout the year, that they can come back from any situation. Throw in. Barling over the top again. Picked up by Caleb Van Buren. Goes through the traffic. Puts the ball to boot. That's Barling, who's been quiet today. Edgar. And Lockie Kelly pushes it out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary throw in 60 metres from the Magpie goal.
Yeah, it's the Cat supporters. We're right above the Wynyard supporters here. We've played over 15 minutes in the second quarter, and they've only had one major on the board. Got to get the next goal, probably the next two, just to work their way back into the game. They're being outplayed. Here comes a boundary throw in. Taken out of the air by Big Marshall. He handballs to Nash. Nash goes backwards to Hawks. Hawks handballs to no one in particular, but leading the race is Quade Bio, tapping the football in front of him, trying to keep it in unsuccessfully, and another wrestle takes place on the boundary line.
Good call back, O'Brien. Dear, oh dear.
So what are they doing here?
Free kick.
Free kick to Wynyard?
Yeah, it'll be a free kick.
To Weller, who was tackled to the ground, but he didn't have the ball. So that's about 5 of those today. Absolutely silly. Just walk away from those incidents, fellas. Play football. As Bo Sharman takes the kick, kicks it quickly towards the forward line. It clears the pack. Caleb Van Buren leads in the race. He's pushed off it. Well done by Egger, who stole the ball. Then handballs wide in the direction of Noah Fleming. He handballs to Jacob Hamill, who loads up with a long bomb towards goal. Here comes the rain. Hamill's missed. He's pulled away to the left-hand side, and it is now 1-6-2-4-6. This one they needed a goal. Margin 3 goals. 16 minutes and 20 seconds into the quarter, and I think it's about to rain here. This won't help the cause of the Cats, as Braden Van Buren has kicking in duties for the reigning premiers of Devonport Magpies. They have a 3-goal lead, 4-6 to 1-6. And Braden comes down the grandstand flank. Football holding up the wing. Marshall flies almost took a good mark. Didn't have enough of it. Now the ball's on the ground. Gives up a Charles. Gets a hurried kick forward and just bounces on the right side of the line for a boundary throw in. 51 metres from the goal.
Something's going on here, Brian. Umpire Mees come in. And it's going to be a free kick.
Out of bounds to the forward.
Out of bounds?
No. Okay.
Jack Forster has been very, very good this after the Magpies. As Brian said, just starting to trickle with a little bit of rain to make the conditions very, very slippery. Forster goes close to line. In fact, he kicks it out of bounds in the full. Need to do better than that, Jack. And a free kick going to go to Foreman. one of the best users in the Wynyard side. Now Foreman quickly goes on inside, puts him deep inside the forward 50, looking for Murphy. Murphy with strength, good pressure by Wynyard, goes to ground level, picked up by Bradley Simmons, goes to Forster. Forster back to Hawks. Hawks out of the fence, kicks it long. McIver couldn't mark the ball, slipped out of his hands. McIver under pressure from Wicks. McIver picks it up. Put the ball underneath him. Good umpiring by Gary Kane, and we're going to get a ball up 65 metres from the Magpies goal. Devonport 4-6-30. They lead Wynyard 1-6-12. Next goal by Devonport could really open up the Cats. Knocked down by Charles. Hamill coming into the game a little bit now. Picks it up off half-back. Slams the ball inside 50. Derrico goes up. Couldn't get a hand on it. Goes to Zane Murphy. He's been caught holding the ball. Oh, he's been caught holding the man. Free kick to Zane Murphy. Now, he's going to kick from 50 metres.
Zane needs a big lift there. He's been very quiet early down.
Now, Zane Murphy's capable of kicking this.
Well, those leads are big enough to their own postcode. They time on here. He'll make the distance all right, but they went behind him.
He kicked a lovely goal last week from a similar distance against Burnley. A little bit different today. Hasn't had much of the football. Just doing the boots up. Devonport controlling the game. This will be a great goal against the Tide if the Cats can get this. They look shot, Wynyard. They look absolutely shot to me. Maybe playing every week of the final series has taken it out of them. The Magpies took the easy way through, won the second semi. Finished on top, had a week off, won the second semi, had a week off, and now fresh and ready to go. Scoreboard says that thus far. In comes Murphy. He's going to kick from 51 metres. The Wynyard champion goes long and not straight enough, and he kicks the Cats 7th behind, 1-7-13.
Well, the Cats missed a lot of gettable goals last week in the pre-final. It was overshadowed because they won so easily and people didn't notice it. Got to kick those when you're playing a good side like Devonport. 1-7 plays 4-6. Devonport go down the far side of the ground as the H2O falls from the sky here at Latrobe. Ball clears the pack, picked up by Byard. Little screw kick around the corner. Oliver Kelly leads in the race for the football and picks it up with good skills. A centering kick is after Charlie Castles, but diving and taking a mark, almost taking a mark there was Fletcher Kelly. Now the ball spills out of the pack. Diving on top of there was Payne. Pack develops, but there will be a ball up there 40 metres out from the Devonport goal.
When picking up too, Brian?
Devonport, it's blowing towards that end, so Devonport left in the third quarter. Up goes the football. Charles got the tap down, got it down to Kabicki. Ball spills down to Kelly, who's tackled to the ground. And we'll have another stoppage this time. 51 metres out from Devonport goal, just outside that 50-metre red and white painted line. 30 plays 13. Magpies leading by 17 points in the 2022 Grand Final. Coast out of this football. Ball's tapped down, stolen by Caleb Van Buren. Sends a long bomb towards the goal square. They fly the goal square. Big fist from behind. They have the numbers here. Ball comes off the boot of Geordie Payne over the boundary line. Dribbled over. So there will be a boundary throw in, about a dozen from the Devonport goal. Devonport looking good. 20 and a half minutes into the second quarter. They lead the Cats 4-6 to 1-7. But the Cats are a good side and are capable of fighting their way back into the game as the drizzle still falls from the sky. Another pack develops and there will be a ball up 40 out from the Devonport goal.
Devonport, all the momentum at this stage. The Cats have done well to hold them to 4 goals. Ball been thrown up. Chaplin knocked it down, picked up by Fletcher Kelly. Couldn't get boot the ball correctly. Sharman comes in off the back. He's tackled by Oliver Kelly. Gives it out to Payne. Payne's been forced out of bounds. And we're going to get a boundary throw in. Umpire Clark's involved again. Free kick. Unnecessary free kick. And why isn't that reversed? Payne now plays on quickly from that dubious free kick. And there's karma in football. Brian, ball's been kicked out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary throw in 60 metres from the Devonport goal. Umpire Clark starting to lose a bit control here. I thought he had a little bit more experience than that. And ball going to be thrown in 60 metres from the Magpie goal. Up it goes. Chapman in the ruck. Goes down. Sharman couldn't pick it up. In goes Hawks. Hawks couldn't pick it up. And it's on at the boundary line. Umpire Clark standing around like a plover. Ball being thrown up. 30 metres inside the boundary line. 60 metres from the Magpie goal. Chaplin tries to take it out of the air, been kicked off the ground by Forster. Goes inside, great play by Kenny. Kenny slips as he starts to load up. One step over the shoulder and bangs at the Castle, who marks the ball 1 metre out from goal. Magpies starting to take control of this 2022 Grand Final. Winning the fights and winning the football. In comes Castles. He's going to shoot from a metre out. Kicks his... He's missed that from a metre out. Unbelievable, Brian Payne. Unbelievable. Devonport 4-7-31. They lead Wynyard 1-7-13. It's starting to heat up here.
Yeah, the two lowlights in this game, the undiscipline from both sides and the shoot for goal, appalling. As Sharon Egger kicks long to the far side of the ground. A ball not marked. Brilliant raving there is Braden Van Buren. Kicks towards the forward pocket. They find the forward pocket. Great mark, Charlie Castles. That was a dry weather mark, Charlie Castles. I think the last time Wynyard played Devonport, Charlie was very, very quiet. He's been good in the first part of this game. That was a dry weather mark taken in the wet by Charlie Castles. He already has one goal. Should have had two. Mr. Stitter a few moments ago. And if he puts this through in the dying stages of the first half, the Magpies will go in with a handy buffer. What can you do, Charlie? Shoots for goal. It's across the face and just back in for a behind. So you can't find a big target both sides. 4-8 plays 1-7. 23 and a half minutes into the quarter. Mo Sharman. So I hope that half-time comes quick enough. He's going to talk to his players and just tell them to settle down and play footy in the second half. Over the back of the pack it goes. A race on. Wicks leads to the race. Wicks dives on top of the football. He's got to get out, which he does. Ball in the pack. Comes out to Simmons. Brad Simmons. Brad Simmons with a little screw kick around the corner towards that half forward. Charlie flies, almost took a mark, then drives his own ball. Handball intercepted, ball bounces back, illegal disposal against Charlie. He's illegal disposal, and the tackle's been rewarded over there, and the tackler is Jefferson Foreman. Foreman now for the Cats off half back. Been a really good player for the Cats this year. Handball's off to McIver. Now Harry McIver comes down the grandstand side of the ground, looking for O'Sign, goes over his head. It's Kenny and Payne. Kenny swaps it back, but picked up by Smith. Smith gives it to Payne. In comes Hawke with strength. He's tackled by Payne. Can't get the ball out. We are going to get a ball up. 55 metres from the Cats' goal. Devonport have won this second term. They've been able to kick 2 goals. 6 to Wynyard's 1 goal 2. Marshall over the top. Scooted by Sharman. His kick's been smothered by Van Buren, been flicked out. Bates had the ball kicked out of him from Quade Byard. Kicks off the ground, goes to Lockie Kelly. Handballs back to Quade Byard. Quade Byard on his left. He goes to Kelly. That's Fletcher Kelly. Now Fletcher Kelly's going to go back. He'll have to kick it long to Chaplin. That'll be the pressure release for Devonport. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Goes long to Chaplin. Top of the square. Milbourne off the pack. Foreman kicks it through. Rush behind for the Devonport side. They go to 4-9-33. They lead Wynyard 1-7-13. Yeah, it's important for the Cats that the Devonport don't get any more goals in the quarter. Short distance kick being marked by Ren Smith. He'll become a real Ren Smith fan this year. He's had a great second half of the season. He's been terrific, the young man. Ren kicks long towards the wing on the far side. Great mark taken by Marshall. Got Marshall over there. It's Marshall. It's Marshall. Great mark taken by Marshall. That should lift the Cats. Kick short. Missed his target. Chance for turnover. Tyler Bates burst his way through the pack. Well done, Tyler. Taking the ball in front of him there is Van Buren. Been pickpocketed there by Keegan Weller, who's taken high. They played advantage. Kick goes forward. A player was interfered with in the marking competition. They play advantage. Kabicki picks up the ball. Kabicki goes to run. Kabicki snaps for goal. And Kabicki has hit the woodwork just when the Cats lead a late goal. Kabicki slams the ball into the post. But he's going to get the choice on the second kick. He must have been interfered with as he kicked the ball. I was watching the flight. Can't believe I'm watching this. He will get a second chance. And to say he had a shot for goal after the first siren sound to end quarter number 1. And Callum Kabicki, this is very, very important for the Cats. He's, the man on the mark is 45 metres out, and Callum's almost directly in front. Probably the last kick of the second quarter. If he puts it through, it's game on. I need a goal. What can you do, Callum? The 2022 Bulldog medalist. He's playing good footy in this game. Kicks after the siren for goal and has put it through right on the siren. The Cats needed that just as they steady up before the half-time break. I'm just watching the players. There's a guy going down with the ball. Now, umpire me's seen that. I hope he takes the book out because he's seen it. Well, player's got that.
That's Kelly. Now that is an absolute disgrace, and I'll tell you what, if me doesn't take his book out.
I think I didn't see it. I see young.
I seen it, and umpire me was 1 metre away from it.
Well, I had a feeling this might happen. Player's got to get off. Forget about all this rubbish we've seen in the first half, the brain melts and everything. Young Kelly Ginty get to his feet. I believe young...
Gary Kane's taken the notebook out. Thank heavens for that.
Well, I didn't see the incident. Young Kelly, the tape is all right. This young man missed the grand final last year. He's lying in the hospital bed. And I believe number 9 for Devonport, Fletcher Kelly, has been their best player in the first half. As little all-in wrestling match happens on the far side. The players have won games this year, teams have won games for playing disciplined football. I just hope that both, when they get into the half-time, they have a talk to their players, settle down, play football in the second half. It's game on here, Dale. It's only a 14-point ball game.
It looks like Alan O'Sign's been reported again.
Well, if it's reported, it's a 2 strikes and you're out.
It looks like he's been reported again. Gary Kane was talking to Alan O'Sign.
Well, if it is Alan O'Sign, I thought the rule... in baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. In football, it's 2 strikes and you're out. It's going to be interesting when the players come off. I reckon there'll be a bit of booing and a bit of ribbing. And there's a lot of verbal going on between the 2 sides. It's only a 14-point ball game. It's a grand final to be run. Settle down, players from both sides. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything undisciplined.
Didn't bought that last 15 seconds. 2 free kicks that weren't need to be given, weren't need to be taken. They gave Wynyard an opportunity to kick a late goal, and the Cats showed some real character in that last 5 minutes against all the momentum, against the Tide. They picked their second goal, and they only come in at half-time after Devonport's dominated the second term by 14 points. As you can hear the crowd going off, there's a fair bit of... there's a real rivalry developing between Wynyard and Devonport, simply because the coach of Devonport and the coach of Wynyard used to work together with Devonport. One went one way and one stayed, and obviously you're going to get that rivalry. But look, up until half-time, anyone can win this game. Devonport go in, 4-9-33. They lead the Cats 2-7-19. You're listening to it live on Coastal FM Football. Wynyard kicked the late goal against all the momentum, Brian.
And there was kicked by Callan Kabicki, who is one of the Cats' best players in the first half. And the Cats have got a lot of... they only trailed by 14 points, and a lot of their players haven't brought their A-grade game along today. Interesting, that's one... person involved in that after-match skirmish having a fair bit to say was the brother of the Wynyard coach who got to
yes, but
having a go at the officials from the other side.
Well, I'm pretty sure O'Sign was the one that has been reported for that start of that melee. So if that's the case, Alan O'Sign now has been reported twice today for striking Hawks and for striking Kelly, and I'm interested to see what eventuates at half-time.
Well, if he's reported twice, I just thought it was 2 strikes and you're out. I didn't see either incident, so we'll just call them alleged incidents by Alan O'Sign. I said he was reported for striking Benny Hurts early in the game. So an interesting game of football here. What's the score there, Dale? They've taken it off the board over
well, they've gone 4 goals 9.
4-9
to 2 goals.
7, was it?
Yeah.
4-9 to 2-7, so the margin
14
points. Very, very interesting grand final this year. Both sides have brought their angry pills along, the Devonport Magpies and the Wynyard Cats, but Devonport lead at half-time, 4-9 to 2-7. Devonport lead by 14 points, but it's not over by a long way because they're playing a very, very good side in the Wynyard Cats. There's only a 14-point margin. Doc will be back in the second half, and the reason we'll be back here in the second half to call quarters 3 and 4 is because Coast FM is football.
Appliance Service Centre is a 30-year-old family business employing qualified technicians to service or repair your ovens, washing machines, fridges and dishwashers. We cover warranty appliances. We travel between Penguin and Sisters Beach, or you can bring your appliance to our workshop at 9 River Road, Ivanhoe. For inquiries, phone us on 6431 8500. Monday to Friday, Appliance Service Centre is a proud supporter of Coast FM.
Throughout our lifetime, we are faced with many decisions. We normally have the opportunity to discuss our decisions with family and friends, but we do not usually plan for a funeral.
very much for supporting the primary school football. Please give everyone a round of applause for all the boys and girls that have participated today. Thank you. Primary school participated. Between the 20-minute mark and the last quarter, where we were started just here behind the Devonport coaching box for the presentation of the winning team.
Allegedly striking Ben Hawkes and allegedly striking Fletcher Kelly.
Okay, so we get down to just two on the bench. Gary Kane walked across, went for his pack of cards, got out the one coloured red. That means that Alan O'Sullivan, the veteran, can take no more part in the game. Had an interesting year.
What would he say to Alan? Goodbye, Alan.
Yeah, I'm sorry you've been... I was trying to hold up the two fingers, so that means we've been recorded twice. Wynyard, they've got to put that behind them. They've got a game to win. They're a good side and only trialled by 14 points. Back on the Saturday, fly high. Charles got the first tap. It's bouncing around between players. Still bouncing around between players. Can someone get a clear possession? Bates working hard for the balls, he always does. Now he's got it. Now he breaks clear. Handballs. Finds Kabicki. Kabicki works his way through the pack. Little pick around the corner. Finds Logan Smith. Tackle. Handball finished up with Bo Sharman. Sharman drives a catch to the attack. Ball clears the pack. It's Kurt Bayard versus Murphy. And Kurt Bayard puts it through for a rush behind. So the Catters first into attack in the second half. A minor score. They are now 2 goals, 8-20. Devonport 4-9-33. Let's hope they play football in the second half. Brad Simmons will kick in for the Magpies. He comes down the grandstand wing, they fly. Only one flying, it's Big Marshall, and he's taken a mark. Jaden Marshall's marked in the half-back flank for the Devonport Magpies. Jaden Marshall kicks short for a lead. He's after Milburn. Milburn pushed off the football. Waiting behind is Curtis Brasendale. It comes off his body over the boundary line. Will be boundary showing on the half-board flank. That's Devonport's half-board flank on the grandstand side. Early stages of the second half. Early minor score kicked by the Wynyard Cats to narrow the margin down to... Oh, they haven't put it up. I'm sure they've got a point up the top end. Let's see what the half-time score up there. Ball spills down to Clay Simmons. Kick off the side of the boot. That'll be out of bounds on the full. Yes, it was. So there'll be a free kick to be taken by the nearest Wynyard player, and that happens to be Geordie Payne on the half-back flank for the Wynyard Cats.
He's given the ball back to Brasendale. So Brasendale, the Cats from the back pocket. He's going to kick his side out of defence. He's been told to come around, kick over the mark. Wynyard badly need the first goal of the third term. Kicked the last goal on the siren. Brasendale goes long down the wing. Good mark taken by Kelly. Oh, not paid. Kelly now, under pressure, kicks it forward. Sharman fumbles. Clay Simmons doesn't. Simmons kicks the ball deep inside forward, 50 to the top of the square. Chapman couldn't mark the ball. Milbourne kicks it off the ground, pushes it. Castles keeps it in. Lockie Kelly tries to screw it around, and all he does is kick it wide, out of bounds on the full, and it's going to be a free kick to Smith, wide on the scoreboard side of the ground. Logan Smith brought in today to replace Tipolare. He's been told to come back and kick over the mark. Smith, Logan Smith of Wynyard, goes down the scoreboard side of the ground. Good mark taken by Kelly. Back into the pack. Fletcher Kelly dominated the first half and started the second half brilliantly. Fletcher Kelly missed last year because of a serious injury. Kicks it long. Chapman's jumper's been held on to. Could see it from up here. Chapman tries to handball it, intercepted by Kabicki, gives it to Foreman. Foreman off half back for the Cats, kicks it to the space towards the grandstand. It's Van Buren and Marshall. Marshall goes to ground. Van Buren jumps on top of him. Good play by Wicks of Devonport. Offers support. Right foot kick down the line. It's been intercepted by Foreman of Wynyard. Foreman usually kicks the ball short and uses it well. Goes inside and kicks it to his ruckman in Charles.
It's quite obvious, Dale, that both sides have decided to play football in the second half. We haven't seen any of the extra we saw in the first two quarters. Both sides playing football. Mark's been taken by Tyler Bates, the centre half back. There's a player on his own out wide. It's a big Tom Charles, and Charles takes the mark. The Wynyard ruckman, Tom Charles, is marked on the half back flank for the Wynyard Cats. There's no one leading. He's taking plenty of time. He thought about handball. He does handball now. Handballs to Foreman. Foreman with the left foot kicks towards centre half forward. He's kicked straight to Big Marshall. He's playing a good game, Marshall. Number 31 for the Magpies. He's marked on the half-back flank. Was driving into attack. Kicks long from one side of the ground to the other. He also kicks from marking competition. They fly. Big pistol behind. Kenny does the raving. Handballs to Carla Van Buren. Little screw kick around the corner. Craig Bryant leads in the race. Well under hot pursuit. Managed to get away just in time to Keegan Lowe. Lowe gets around his left foot. Lowe screw kicks the ball towards the forward pocket. Marking competition. Almost a mark to Chaplin's. Punched away from them onto the bike track. There will be a boundary showing about 35 metres from the Devonport goal. 4-9 plays 2-8. The margin is 13 points. 81 score kicked into the quarter so far. The Cats went into attack and kicked a behind. Margin 13 points. Here comes the boundary showing. It's tapped over the back of the pack. Picked up by Bayard. He's tackled the ground, lose possession. Ball spills free. Another pack develops. Picked up by Logan Smith. He handballs wide. Picked up by Oliver Kelly. He's tackled, lose possession. Devonport kicked the ball towards centre half forward. Almost a mark to McIver. He gets the ball off the ground. Kick brilliantly smothered.
Kelly's done his knee. Lockie Kelly's done his knee.
Well, that's no good to tell the youngster. Finally, the ball goes out of bounds, about 45 metres from the Devonport goal, and there will be a boundary throw in. And to say, Lockie Kelly.
He's down. He's done his knee. He landed on it awkwardly. And yeah, he looks in real trouble. Ball being thrown in, 50 metres from the Magpie goal. Chaplin takes it out of the air, screws it round from the stoppage and misses. Devonport kicked their 10th behind. 4-10-34 now, the Magpies. They lead Wynyard 2 goals, 8-20. Sharman, as he does, kicks it out for defence and goes to his little mate there in Foreman. Foreman doesn't hit the target, unusual. Braden Van Buren off half-back for the Magpies, picks it up off the wing, goes inside 50 with a pinpoint pass and finds Castles. Castles marks from 45. He handballs back to Braden Van Buren on the fly. Braden Van Buren off half-back, bangs the Magpies fifth home. 5-10-40. And they lead Wynyard 2-8-20. And that was a great individual performance by Braden Van Buren.
Yeah, Braden Van Buren playing a super game, kicks a super goal, the first major of the second half. The Cats didn't need that, but the Devonport Magpies did, just to get something going. Bad skill error by Jamison Foreman. He's been one of the Wynyard's Cats' best, but miskicked a few moments ago. Costly, you can't do that when you're playing the Devonport Magpies.
Devonport setting up beautifully behind the ball now. Got the game on their terms. Magpies, the reigning premiers. Charles knocks it down, being picked up by Forster. Forster goes forward. Brasendale intercepts. He gives it to Egger, who's been quiet today. Egger's tackled and holding the ball, and it's a great tackle there by Lowe. Been prominent in the third term, Lowe. Been quiet in the first two. Holds his width beautifully, Lowe, the wingman of the year. Now Lowe puts Devonport inside 50, goes towards Van Buren. Van Buren couldn't mark the ball under pressure from Bakes. Bakes stands tall, slams it onto his boot towards the boundary, kicks it towards Smith. It's got to be a free kick. No free kick, and we're going to get a boundary throw in 65 metres from the Magpies goal. Devonport 40 lead the Cats 20.
What a great goal kicked a few moments ago by number 12 for Devonport, Braden Van Buren, the first goal of the second half. The Cats need the next one, probably need the next two to work their way back into the game. Boundary thrown deep on Devonport's half-forward flank on the far side of the ground. In it comes. Ruckman nullify one another. It's kicked off the ground by Devonport towards the forward line. In front is Kenny. Couldn't quite hold on the ball under pressure. Well picked up by Tyler Bakes. Tyler Bakes is forced to kick hurriedly to the wing on the far side. Hamill's his target. It's wide of Hamill. Over the boundary line it goes. There'll be a boundary throw in on the Latrobe High School side of the Latrobe Oval. We've played 7 minutes and 45 seconds in quarter number 3. And Devonport Magpies lead the 2022 Grand Final 40-20. It's 5-10 to 2-8. Coast of Enners football. In comes the boundary throw towards the ruckman once again. Marshall takes out there. He's tackled. Pickpocketed by Charles. The airballs to Egger. Egger under pressure, forcing hurriedly towards the half-forward flank. Ball not marked. Race on. First was Braden Van Buren. Playing a great game. He kicks wide. Clean bowls low. Nutmegs in. Logan Smith. Handballs cleverly into Bo Sharman. Sharman has time. Runs to the 50-metre line. Sends a long bomb towards goal. Magnificent. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent by Bo Sharman. The Wynyard Cats supporters go mad underneath us, and they needed that one.
And they did. That 14-point margin again. Wynyard, look, they're just hanging in by they're just hanging to that cliff, the Cats. They're capable. They just got to get their best football going. They need Edgar to lift in the middle. They need Bakes to lift in the middle. Sharman's been doing it on his own today, and the Cats kick a very, very badly needed goal. Devonport 5-10-40. They lead Wynyard 3-8-28. We've gone nearly 9 minutes into the premiership quarter, the third quarter here at Latrobe. Up goes Marshall, hits it over the top towards Forster. Forster with strength, gets off to Van Buren. Van Buren breaking from the middle, kicks Devonport forward, looking for Chaplin, and Chaplin takes a good contested mark. 25 metres out from goal. Chaplin, just a youngster, been a real focal point for Devonport today. He's provided Devonport a target. It's allowed their smaller guys inside their 50 to work off him. It's changed the way Wynyard set up. In comes Charlie Chaplin. A kick from 25 metres out. We're right behind him here in the commentary box. Can he kick the Magpies 6? He kicks the Magpies 6 all right, and that's a great reply by the Magpies. Within 20 seconds, the Magpies have answered the Cats.
Now, well done to Joey Chaplin. If my memory serves me correctly, last time these two sides met, Joey had an absolute shocker. He's playing okay today. The Cats didn't need it. Bo Sharman kicked a super goal a few moments ago, and that's why Devonport finished on top of the ladder with only one loss for the season. They can always fight back. Well done to Joey Chaplin. 6-10 plays 3-8, 46 plays 26, margin 20 points.
Chaplin now moved back into the ruck. First time Marshall's had a chop out. It's going to be Chaplin and Charles. Charles knocks it down. When your player there can't get it out, and he's been grabbed, and that's Edgar. We're going to get another ball up, still in the middle of the Latrobe wreck. Devonport 6-10, 46. They lead Wynyard 3-8, 26. 20-point margin. Forster, as he's done a lot this game, won the ball from the top. His kick being smothered. Bates with strength. Handballs it on the flip. Good tap by Kelly. Back to Simmons, and he's been caught throwing the football. And it's going to be a free kick to Sharon Edgar. He's going to put Wynyard forward. Crowded forward on the Cats. Waiting for a lead. Now he goes towards Murphy. Good mark taken by Van Buren. He's been steady today, Van Buren. Van Buren on the back foot, kicks it forward and goes to Chaplin. Chaplin now sees Lowe out the wing on his own. Lowe with a bit of time, steadies and chips the ball inside to his captain, Quade Byard. Centre wing, the Magpies now starting to get those uncontested marks. Byard goes short and finds Lowe, being prominent in the third term. Lowe goes short and he finds Derrico. 8 possessions, Devonport still only 60 metres from goal, but just ticking the clock down, trying to break it up behind the play. Derrico goes towards Kenny. Good punt by Charles. Kabicki runs onto the ball, kicked off the ground by Edgar, and it's been intercepted by Kurt Byard, the coach of the Magpies. Byard goes short and finds Clay Simmons. Simmons now plays on quickly, goes down the middle of the corridor, looking for Kelly. Couldn't find Kelly. Edgar being busy now. Slams it off the ground. Kicks it towards the wing. Kurt Byard does also. Kicks off the ground and has been marked by Tyler Bates in the middle of the Latrobe wreck. Devonport 20 points up. 46-26.
I like watching Tyler Bates plays. A real blue-collar football. Has a real dip. He's got the ball in the centre circles. He kicks wide. Then Charles is coming off the ground. And he's on his own, so he marks and decides to play on. Kicks towards the forward pocket. Tippelory's off the ground, and he's been out-marked back there by
Jonty Clark.
Jonty Clark. Well done, Jonty. He spends most of the time on the bench when he plays for Devonport. Kicks wide, and he's found his target on the far side over there in Chaplin. So Devonport's starting to get on tap. Chaplin short, mark taken by Kurt Byard. He's marked in the half-back flank. Coach of the Magpies kicks the ball short. Mark taken by Lowe.
He's been prominent this term,
Lowe. It was quite early, Lowe, but he's starting to work his way into the ground. He's had a great season. He kicks and a diving chest mark taken by Kelly Oliver. Her handballs to Lowe's run down the ground. Good football, Maggies. Drives the ball forward. Fist from behind. Doing the rovings, Charlie Chaplin. Can't get a handle on it. Tapped over the boundary line by Harry McIver. There will be a boundary throw into the junction of the 50-metre line and boundary line. That is Devonport's 50-metre line on the far side of the ground. Dale, 46 plays, 26, 13 minutes and 10 seconds into quarter number 3.
Boundary throw in, top of Devonport's forward 50. Goes the ball. Chaplin hits it behind, has another crack at it. Goes towards Castle, kicks off the ground. Simmons is coat hanger from behind, well tackled. And it's going to be a free kick to young Noah Fleming. Been quiet today, Fleming. Had a great year. Goes short and goes wide. Smith missed what he should have taken. Got time to go after the ball again. Kicks the ball inside. Goes towards Kabicki and splits the middle between two Magpies. Kabicki now handballs to the back to Sharman. Sharman bangs Wynyard long. Goes towards Murphy. Payne now down in 50. Picked up by Fletcher Kelly. Handballs to Braden Van Buren. Gets the ball back to Fletcher Kelly. Picked up by Fleming. And he's been tackled by Simmons. No one can get the ball out, and the umpire's going to come in and ball it up 40 metres from the Wynyard goal. Just under the scoreboard here at Latrobe. Marshall knocks it back, being picked up by Bradley Simmons of Devonport. He slams it forward to the wing, picked up by Chaplin. Chaplin stops, props and goes wide looking for Castles. It's Castles pushing towards the boundary line. Good play down there by Foreman, who forced Castles under pressure, but good play by Lowe against come in opposite assistance and kicked the ball and found Van Buren 35 metres out from goal. Sliding mark taken by Caleb Van Buren. No mark. No mark paid. And it's a ball up. Ball being thrown up 35 metres from goal. Picked up by Sharman. Out to Foreman. Foreman with the trusty left foot goes short and finds Hamill. Hamill off half-back now for the Cats. The Cats need the next goal. Half-time leads increased from 14 to 20. Kabicki inside. Devonport's rolling back. Defence set up beautifully. Kabicki going to have to go long, and that's exactly what he does. Goes to the boundary line, hoping Marshall can mark the ball. Good pressure down there by Kelly. Ball being pushed out of bounds, so we get a boundary throw in. Centre wing, Devonport 6-10-46. They lead Wynyard 3-8-26.
Yeah, we've travelled 15 minutes and 15 seconds, third stanza of the grand final. Boundary throw wing on the far side. In it comes towards the ruckman. Barling got the tap down, pickpocketed by the brilliant Fletcher Kelly, sends a long bomb towards the half-forward flank, almost a mark to Chaplin, punched away from him. Handball comes out in the open spaces, picked up and cleared by Foreman towards the half-forward flank, getting underneath those Hamill. He takes a strong chest mark. Well done, Jacob Hamill. Outstanding last week in the pre-final against Burnie. They've been okay today. Hamill kicks short, as a player on his own. That's Bo Sharman. Sharman kicked a super goal in the first part of the quarter. He's too far out to score, so he runs the 50-metre line. Sees a lead up forward. Ball not marked. Waiting behind is Tipalora Stanley, and that's why we thought today night he should be on the ground. He can do things like that, a bit of magic. That's his first touch today, and he's kicked a brilliant goal.
And that's what he does. Second half goals, Tipalora, and I like the move. Payne's gone forward now. The Cats realise they need to kick goals, so they've taken their guy that's been probably their best player off half-back for the last part of the season. They've put him forward because he's capable of kicking goals. Good move by the Wynyard hierarchy. Wynyard Devonport 6-10-46. They lead Wynyard 4-8-32.
I think that wind's changed direction. Look at that sock above the scoreboard. It's now blowing towards the northern end.
That's happened twice to me in the grand final up here, Brian.
Okay, ball back in the centre. Devonport get a centre clearance. Pack develops about 10 metres from the centre circles, and there'll be a ball up. Dale, 16:45 replayed in quarter number 3. Devonport 6-10-46. Lead the Cats. 4-8-32.
Still anyone's game. Byard gets it off the contest, but intercepted down there by Barling. Barling of Wynyard kicks it wide towards the boundary line. Hamill falls over, gets it back to Edgar. Edgar now quickly kicks it forward, and Bradley Simmons comes across, didn't mark the ball. Marshall pushes off. Kabicki clean below the knees, turns, kicks it towards Fleming, and Fleming marks the ball 25 metres out from goal. The Cats now have changed tact. They're driving the ball inside their forward 50 a lot quicker than what they did previously in the game. They're not going those short link-up kicks. They're going long inside 50 and putting the Magpies defenders under pressure. Fleming going to kick from 35 metres out. How important is this kick? In comes Noah Fleming. You'll hear the crowd's response. Kicks and misses. Could have been a pivotal moment for the Cats. They go now to 4-9-33. They bridge the gap by 1 point at half time. 6-10-46. We've gone 18 minutes into the third term. Hawks kicks out, goes to the scoreboard side of the ground. It's going to go to the boundary line without anyone touching it. He did play on, and it's going to be a boundary throw in 80 metres from the Wynyard goal.
Probably about, we've played a bit over 18 minutes in the quarter. Probably about 10 minutes to go in this quarter. An important 10 minutes it is. Devonport can give himself a handy buff with a three-quarter time break, and Wynyard to fight their way back into the game. Ball's been tossed up, pack develops, the Devonport player was tackled, no prize as the umpire. Give me that ball, I'm going to ball it up on the far side. Just reporting for tuned in late, Alan O'Sign only played the first half, he's reported twice, and it's been reported twice in Aussie rules football now. In every league apart from the AFL, you take no further part in the game. You've shown the red card by umpire Kane. Another ball up on the far side. Barling flies high, gets a tap down, but in the way is Wicks. Wicks has a clearing kick for Devonport. Strong mark taken by Tyler Bates. Good game, Tyler Bates. Had a good season. Tyler plays on. Looks towards the forward pocket. Mark kicks towards the forward pocket. Big fist from behind. Ball on the ground. Handball comes out of the pack. Finds Braden Van Buren. He's playing a terrific game. Braden kicks wide to the far side. They fly. Almost a mark to Barling. He's got it in the second grab. Great mark, Barling. And he'll drive the Cats back into the attack. He's playing his own short. Oh, he's overcooked it a bit. It's Egger. Egger handballs inboard. A chance here for Wynyard to kick a goal. Who is that?
McIver.
Jonty McIver with the orange boot has kicked the goal. Here come the Cats. It's game on, Dale.
The Cats have come back from darkness to be 7 points down here at the 21-minute mark of the third, not 20-minute mark of the third term. They just won't go away, the Cats. 7 points down. Great play by the Wynyard side. Just banging the ball inside forward 50 now. Trying to get the game on their terms. Putting pressure on the Devonport defenders. 16-46 Devonport. They lead Wynyard 5-9-39. Ball brought back to the middle. Very, very important clearance this one. Marshall back in on the ball up against Barling. No ruckman could have an impact on it. Noah Fleming punches it forward 15 metres. Kabicki with courage comes hard at the ball. Quade Byard gives it to Van Buren. Van Buren couldn't control the ball but kicked the ball forward 20 metres. Picked up by Kenny. He gives it to Forster. Forster of Devonport goes inside 50 looking for Castles. Good play by Foreman. Foreman first back to the ball. Handball's in between to Bates. Bates now kicks the Cats out of defence. Goes down the wing. Looking for and finding Hamill. Great intercept, the handball by Kelly. That's Fletcher Kelly. Kicks it long, looking for Kenny. Couldn't mark the ball. Been picked up by Weller. He's been tackled by Simmons. Couldn't get rid of the ball in time. And umpire Clark comes in and says, give the ball to me. Devonport 7 points up. They were 14 points up at half time. Ball 40 metres from their goal. Thrown up. Chaplin goes in. Good play by Edgar. He's lifted this third term. Kicks the ball towards Payne. Payne under pressure from Clark. Can't get the ball out, and we're going to get a ball up. Oh, free kick, high free kick, and it's going to go to Payne of Wynyard. The Cats have lifted dramatically now. The Cats with all the momentum. Payne quickly plays on beyond the centre square. Kicks it long towards the boundary line. Too long, and it's going to go out of bounds. So we're going to get a boundary throw in 60 metres from the Cats' goal. 7 points of difference here at Latrobe. We've gone 21 and a half minutes. Devonport 16-46 lead Wynyard 5-9-39.
This is great to see both sides playing football in the third quarter after some of the rubbish we saw in the first two quarters. Margin is now just 7 points. Wynyard are coming. This is what they've done all year. Wynyard. Ball's been picked up by Marshall. Tried to reach a teammate, couldn't do so. And the Devonport pass been pushed in the back, been spotted by the umpire. Has been given a free kick on the far side of the ground. Hard to pick up over there. That's James Simmons, is it?
It's Bradley Simmons.
Bradley Simmons, yes, number 1. Play number 3. He's got bright green boots. Bradley Simmons, good footballer. Given a free kick to Devonport on the half-back flank. Kicks long from half-back to half-forward. A fly, big fist by Taylor Bates, sees the ball head to the sanctuary of the boundary line under their boundary showing wing on the eastern side of the ground. 22 minutes and 15 seconds in the quarter. We can never write the Cats off. They only trailed by 7 points when Devonport seemed to have the momentum a few moments ago. In comes the boundary line. It's now a good game of football. Marshall gets yet another tap. Lenny races Foreman. It's been terrific today for the Cats. Gets around his trusty left foot. Kicks long towards centre half forward. They fly there. Strong mark taken by Jacob Hamill. He handballs to Sharman. Oh, too hot for Sharman. Oh, poor skills there. Kick off the ground by the big fella and kicking in danger. So the nearest player will get a free kick. It is Brad Simmons. Poor chance for another goal there, but it's still there by Jacob Hamill with a poor handball. As Simmons kicks wide, he's after Quade Byard. Byard leads on the race. Harry McIver's chasing him, but the boundary line's going to come into play again as Quade is pushed over the boundary line. Boundary throw in wing on the eastern side of the ground. 46 plays 39, 36-10 into the third quarter. In comes the boundary throw in. Callan Kapicki's coming on. I wouldn't rest him. He's one of their stars. Pick up and driven forward by Simmons again. Devonport towards the half-forward flank. Charlie Castle's in front. Taps the ball out of the pack. And a legal disposal. So the nearest player is going to be given a free kick over there, and it is Sharon Egger. The nearest player is Foreman. He's playing very well, Jamison Foreman.
He is Foreman now off half-back for the Cats. The Cats have got all the momentum, lifted beautifully in the third term. Good sides do that, and when you're a good side, Foreman goes long down the line, and Kelly reads it better than the rest and takes a mark. Goes inside and finds Wicks. The Devonport wingman now goes short, looking for and finding Van Buren in the middle of the ground. Van Buren now just chips the ball to the top of the 50 in front of Chaplin. Chaplin goes back, and a good mark taken by Brassendale. Good pack mark taken by Brassendale. That's Darcy Brassendale, much improved player this year. Goes out wide, and he finds Smith. This is Ren Smith. Ren Smith now goes his side to Bates. Bates goes to Hamill. Hamill's been pushed forward too, so Hamill and Payne are both being pushed forward. Both players can mark. Hamill now goes short and finds Zane Murphy. Murphy now inside the centre square, kicks the ball into the man of the mark, and Clay Simmons quickly plays on, puts it in front of Castles. Castles couldn't mark the ball. Handballs the ball to Chaplin. Here go the Magpies. They've kicked it out wide. It's Lockie Kelly and Van Buren. Good play by Smith. Forced 2-on-1. Great play by McIver. Swung out of trouble. Kicks it short to Hamill. Hamill stops and pops. Goes down the line. Looking for Payne. Good play by Kelly. That's Fletcher Kelly. Didn't keep his feet. Payne did. Payne kicks it down the line. Looking for Marshall. Boundary line beats Marshall. We get a boundary throw in under the scoreboard. 7 points of difference here. 25 minutes gone in the third term.
Yeah, Marshall actually kicked that ball out of bounds in the full, so it will be a free kick to Devonport's Jaden Wicks on the far side of the ground. We'll take 10 seconds of time on. Both sides of Dearly love to get a late to goal. Ball skill area by Zane Murphy a few moments ago. As the ball's kicked long towards the wing, not marked on the ground it goes. Kicked off the ground by Ren Smith, and here comes Big Murphy, he marks on his chest. Kicks the ball quickly across the ground. He's kicked it straight to Lowe. Another skill area by Big Zane. Lowe kicks the ball hurriedly out right, and Big Jack forced the marks. And with the left foot kicks towards the lead from Wade Kenny, and Kenny marks in the middle of the ground. This is a good football by the Devonport Magpies. His power is only been strong. It's Oliver Kelly. Oliver loads up from 50 metres, but he's pushed away the right hand side. And the siren sounds in the background, but that kick by Oliver Kelly just away to the right hand side. That was the final kick in quarter number 3, which went for 25 and 3/4 minutes. At 3/4 time, it's game on here. Devonport 6-11-47. Wynyard 5-9-39. We had a great grand final here 12 months ago between Devonport and Penguin, with the Magpies winning by half a goal. And this game's going to go right down to the wire again. Goal kickers. 11 goals kicked, 11 different goal kickers for Devonport. Joey Chaplin, Braden Van Buren, Nick Milburn, Charlie Castles, Oliver Kelly and Carla Van Buren. And Wynyard's 5 goal kickers. Cal Kabicki, Zach Marshall, Bo Sharman, Johnny McIvy and Stanley Tipalora. So at 3/4 time, with the Devonport Magpies leading 6-11-47 to Wynyard's 5-9-39. Strap your seatbelts on at home, ladies and gentlemen. The last grand final, last quarter of the grand final is going to be an absolute beauty. We'll go back to Doc in the studio and hear Ned's thoughts on the third quarter. Doc, Coast FM.
22. 7 points of difference at three-quarter time. Anyone's game.
Yeah, certainly is. I thought Wynyard in the last 10 minutes just started to work their way back in the game. It's only 8 points in it at the three-quarter time break. And we were both right about the third quarter. There was none of the rubbish we saw in the first 2 quarters. Both sides concentrating on playing good football. That's what they're here to do. And there was no incidents and no mellows, no spot fires, no stupidity in the third quarter. We're on the final quarter of the 2022 Grand Final. Coast FM's football. Marshall versus Charles. Charles got the tap down. First with his Bo Sharman. He's been pickpocketed there by Quade Byard, who kicks towards Devonport's half-forward flank. A race on. Leading the race there is young Kelly, Lockie Kelly. Had the ball knocked away from him over the bike track, over onto the bike track in the half-forward flank on the far side of the ground, right in front of the scoreboard. Magnificent scoreboard it is too, which shows us that Devonport have 6-11 and Wynyard have 5-9. That's the three-quarter time score. Both sides have missed some easy goals. Both teams have kicked some good goals too. As flying high and getting the tap was Chaplin. Payne falls over the crucial stage and then is taken high, was he? Yes, he was taken high. So Geordie Payne's been given a free kick for the Cats in the back pocket. What a pick-up he's been. Played with the Bernie Dockers last year. No one leading. Kicks long to a competition. It's wide. Tapped into the open spaces. First was Bates. Bates is tackled. Got rid of it just in time and has been penalised for holding the ball.
Tackling on both sides have been terrific today.
I like this bloke's game. Forster.
He's been very good.
Played very well. Big motor. Big solid player is Jack Foster. He's kicking a bit out from goal. So he sends it to the top of the 10-metre square. It's punched away. First to it is Weller. Weller with a hurried kick towards the wing. Oh, they go for it on the wing on the far side. It's out of bounds on the full. That wind's going across the ground. It's out of bounds on the full. So nearest player over there, I think it's young Derrico, has been given a free kick for the Devonport Magpies on the wing on the far side. Early stages of the final quarter of the Grand Final. Magpies with their beats in front by 8 points. Derrico loads up, kicks to a marking competition, almost a mark to Sharman, didn't have enough of it. Pack develops just inside the 50-metre arc of Devonport, and there'll be a ball up.
Ball up 45 metres from the Magpie goal. 6-11-47, Devonport, they lead Wynyard 5-9-39. Charles over the top, Marshall starting to tire. Byard couldn't pick it up, under pressure from Kabicki. In comes Sharman, good pick up under pressure, gives it towards Smith. Smith now has been pickpocketed by young Nash. Nash kicks the ball inside 50 for Devonport. It goes up high, Kelly hits it hard. Here comes Forster. Forster off the front of the contest, kicks towards goal. It's been pushed through on the line down there by Harry McIver. Like Jack Forster's game, he's been very, very good. Played off in the second grand final last year and been a major player for the Pies this year. McIver now kicks out from defence. Hamill goes up, been brought by Sharman. Picked up by Quade Byard. His handball's been intercepted by Sharman. Goes out to Kabicki. Now Kabicki on the left foot goes down the line. Braden Van Buren, as he's done all day, has read the play, gives it over to Kelly. Fletcher Kelly goes in short and finds his captain in Quade Byard. Quade Byard keeps the line going down there. Good play by Brasendale's come out, and it's a free kick to Brasendale. Good to see young Lockie Kelly back on. Went off early in the third term with the knee. Brasendale looking to handball the ball. Devonport set up beautifully beyond the ball. He's going to have to go long, and that's what he does. Poor kick. No one wanted to handball it. Gives it to Van Buren. Caleb Van Buren now on the rebound. Kicks it forward. Chaplin finds himself behind. McIver's overran the ball. Boundary line beats both players. We get a boundary throw in 20 metres around from the Magpies point post.
First goal, very, very important indeed. We've travelled 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the final quarter. Magpies lead by 9 points, 6-12 to 5-9. The Maggies lead by a goal and a half. In comes a boundary throw in. They fly high. Charles got the tap down. Got it down to Johnny McIver. Johnny McIver screws the ball around the corner. Strong mark taken by number 1 for the Cats, Jacob Hamill. He's marked on the wing. He's looking for players to lead. There's a player on his own. It's Ren Smith. He's been spotted. Ren Smith, talented youngster, had a great year. Ren Smith, terrific last week. He's on the wing. No one leading, so he loads up with a long bomb towards the half-forward flank where they fly. And a strong mark taken by Hamill. One of the best marks in the competition. Jacob Hamill, centering kick. He's after Murphy's punched away from Murphy. Ball on the ground. Diving on top of Bates. Handballs to Murphy. Murphy dodges. Murphy dodges again. Murphy with the left foot bangs it towards goal. It's going to be close. Oh, was that behind the line? It might have been.
Sensational goal.
It's behind the line. Big Zane Murphy's had a quiet day today, but that's why he's on the side with those great big legs of his. He kicked a goal, and now the margin's just half a goal. Here come the Cats.
The Cats are back 3 points down. They've come back after half time and come from the darkness to be a real contender for the 2022 Premiership. Great goal by Murphy. Terrific. Only Zane Murphy can do that. He's been a great player for the Cats and great player for football clubs along the coast for the last decade. Clark throws the ball up in the middle. Charles starting in the top now, gives it to Sharman. Sharman gives it to Clay Simmons at Devonport. Forster with strength comes through. Bates shows some courage. Smith's been tackled without the ball. It's a free kick. Smith, Cats are starting to win the football now. Wynyard, all the momentum. Smith's going to play on, quickly goes out wide and finds Weller. Weller, centre wing. Scoreboard side of the ground for the Cats. Doesn't know what he's going to do. He just goes long. Van Buren dropped the mark, picked up by Clay Simmons. Kicked out of trouble. Quade Byard punches it on. Clean below the knees was Castles. Castle kicks wide. It's been intercepted down there by Harry McIver. He's been told to play on. Handball's out to Weller. Weller of Wynyard now goes down and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Magpies free kick. Half-back flank. Devonport haven't kicked a goal this term. Cats have only kicked the only one. Devonport have kicked the point. Wynyard have kicked the goal. 3 points of difference. We've gone 6 minutes. Derek Cole of Devonport now with the free kick. Kicks it, but it's been intercepted by Charles of Wynyard, centre wing for the Cats.
Yeah, Wynyard starting to get on top. They trail by half a goal at the 6 minute mark of the final quarter. Charles loads up with a long bomb towards the half forward flank. It clears the pack. Waiting behind is Fletcher Kelly. Forced a handball. Handball doesn't reach his target. Marsh falling over there is Jacob Hamill. With the ball went over the boundary line. There will be a boundary shown on the wing on the Latrobe High School or eastern side of this ground. 6-12 play, 6-9. Only goal kicked in the quarter, kicked by big Zane Murphy, an absolute beauty. Charles getting on top of the ruck. Is kicked up by Forster though, intercepted by Forster. Forster kicks the ball towards the half forward flank. Charlie Castles overruns the ball. Working his way through there was Oliver Kelly. Didn't take the football with him. Ball tapped out of the pack. Quade Byard's away. Quade Byard across the ground. Nutmegs a few players. Football heading towards the forward pocket. In front is Milburn. He taps the ball over the boundary line. They'll be able to throw in about 10 metres from the Devonport goal.
3 points of difference here. We've gone nearly 7 minutes into the final term. We've got another close one here at Latrobe. Devonport, the reigning premiers, when you're trying to win the first one since 15. Charles getting on top of the ruck. We've said that for the last 3 times. Kelly comes in for the contest and couldn't get rid of the ball. We're going to get a ball up 25 metres from the Magpie goal. 6-12-48. The Pies, they lead Wynyard 6-9-45. Thrown up. Chaplin tries to take it out of the air. McIver with a bit of time, didn't hit the target. Smith comes in, fumbles, knocks it out. It's Kelly. Oliver Kelly's kick been smothered by Sharman. Bo Nash on his knees, tries to knock the ball out. He's tackled in there by McIver. Can't get the ball out, and we're going to get another stoppage. 25 metres from the Magpies goal. Next goal, crucial. Wynyard hit the front for the first time in the game. Charles now. Milbourne tries to kick it over his shoulder. McIver goes backwards. Foreman pushes it through. Rushed behind. Best option for the Cats. Devonport now go to 6-13, 50. They lead Wynyard 6-9-45. Ball's been kicked out. Goes to Bates. Bates goes to Hamill, dropped the chest mark, been picked up by Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly dodges and weaves, chips it short, but intercepted by Foreman. Foreman charging off half back to the Cats, changed direction, his kick's been intercepted by Lowe. Lowe quickly plays on, gives it to Oliver Kelly, back to Lowe. Lowe goes backwards to Braden Van Buren. Braden Van Buren left foot, looks to White Kenny, but a great defensive push in there by Harry McIver, and he's going to get Wynyard out of trouble. Wynyard starting to get on top. Comes down the grandstand, short, looking for Kabicki, hawks over the back, knocks it down. Picked up by Lowe, gives it to Charles. Charles and Wynyard gives it over to Smith. Smith goes forward with a great kick and finds Hamill. Hamill doing a lot of kilometres. Hamill's going to go to Murphy in an open 50. Hamill goes to Murphy, and Murphy marks the ball right on 50, quickly plays on, slams it on his left foot, kicks towards goal, and it goes towards the boundary line. And the Cats, deep in attack, trail the Magpies by 4 points.
Yeah, this is a great game of football. I didn't like what I saw in the first half. I like what I saw in the first half, and both sides are playing good footy in the third and fourth quarters. Margin 4 points, just over 9 minutes to the final quarter. Devonport deep in enemy territory. In comes the boundary throw in. Ball bouncing around between players, picked up and cleared by young Derrico on the centre of the ground. Ball clean bowled a few players. Waiting behind is Geordie Payne. He handballs inboard to Curtis Brasendale, who crosses the ball across the ground. He's after Harry McIver. It's punched away from him. Kicked off the ground by Chaplin. Football heading towards the forward pocket. Leading the races a bit from Milburn. Doubles back, picks up the football, shoots from the pocket and misses everything near side. Poor chance there to kick a handy goal for the Devonport Magpies, but the Devonport veteran, the eggshell blonde, couldn't oblige. Nearest player, Geordie Payne, will get a free kick for Curtis Brasendale with a free kick. Kicks it wide and marking on his chest over there. Is that
Bates.
Bates again. He's been good today. Been good all season. Bates kicks long and he finds Hamill. Hamill getting plenty of football in the second half too. Jacob Hamill, number 1 for Wynyard. His team trailed by 4 points at the 10.5 minute mark of the quarter. He's been told to play on. So he kicks to a marking competition on the wing. It's not marked, it's on the ground. Bouncing around between players. Still bouncing around between players. Pack develops wing on the eastern side of the ground and they're going to be a ball up. So we've played 10.5 minutes of the final quarter. The Magpies 6-13 lead Wynyard by 4 points. The Cats have 6-9.
Marshall gives it out to Craig Byard, the captain of the Pies, kicks them long into attack. It's Chaplin and McIver. McIver knocks it off. Here comes Castles. Castles from the boundary line. Handballs over the ball over the top to Milbourne. Milbourne over his shoulder, misses from 7 metres out.
Ooh.
Misses from 7 metres out.
There's a handball on there to Wide Kenny for a certain goal.
And Devonport panicking a little bit inside their forward 50. 50 plays 45, 6-14 plays 6-9, Devonport in front. Foreman's going to kick the ball out from the Cats. Goes down the scoreboard side of the ground, goes long, looks for his ruckman in Walsh. Been picked up off the ground down there by Smith of Wynyard. Smith goes down to Barling. The Cats go forward, they've got an open forward line. Barling goes down the ground and finds Marshall. Cats inching forward. Marshall keeps going down around the boundary line and he finds Bates. 4 uncontested marks from their kicking. Magpies are slowing down. Bates now kicks it in towards Tipalara and Tipalara marks the football 35 metres out from goal. Has an opportunity to put the Cats in front for the first time. I think they did. Wouldn't you kick the first point of the game, Ryan? They might have kicked the first point, but 95% of this game, the Magpies have been in front on the scoreboard. And as we said at half-time, Tipalora is renowned for kicking second-half goals. He's going to kick from 35 metres. A talented Kiwi Islander. He's put the Cats in front. The Cats hit the front. 7-9-51 Wynyard. They lead Devonport 6-14-50.
Stanley Tipalora has kicked his second goal and has become the first multiple goal scorer in this game. He spent most of the first half sitting on the bench. That's why he's on the side. He knows where the goals are. Strong mark. He's kicked 2 excellent goals and he's given the Cats the lead. They lead by 1 point. 12 minutes and 35 seconds.
Sensational effort by the Cats.
To fight their way back into the game. I would have had a wonderful season. Whichever way the game goes, Winston's hold their head high in season 2022. They lead by a point. Set of clearance is important. Ball bouncing around between players. Kicked off the ground. First to it is Grand Buren. He's tackled. Got a handball away just in time. Forced to run to illegal disposal. Free kick to Wynyard. And Tom Charles has been given a free kick in the middle of the ground, which becomes a free handball to Johnny McIver. Johnny McIver kicks towards the half-forward flank. And coming out and taking a strong mark there is Marshall, who runs around his trusty left foot. Marshall kicks towards the forward pocket. They fly the forward pocket. Strong mark taken by Kurt Byard of Devonport in the last line of defence. Coach of the Magpies, his team trail by 1 point in the 2022 Grand Final as Byard goes wide. Once again the ball from behind is punched by Hamill over the boundary line. It goes. The boundary throw will take place on the half-forward flank about 70 metres from the Cats' goal. What a fight back by the Cats. They lead 7-9-51 to 6-14-50. 13 3/4 minutes into the final quarter of the grand final, and the crowd are getting their money's worth once again. Ball tucked over the back of the pack. Waiting behind is Van Buren. He gets a clearing kick towards the centre of the ground. Almost a mark there to young Lockie Kelly. Didn't have enough of it. Taps it over the end of the pack. First to its low. Dives on top of it. Then handballs to Charlie Castles. 2 off for Charlie. Charlie tackled to the ground. And the Wingers supporters want the ball. The umpire's got it right. There'll be a ball up 51 metres from Devonport's goal. Devonport trial by one behind. Up goes the football. Charles getting on top of the tap. Gets a little kick around the corner. After Roving's own ball. In the way is Van Buren Braden. Handballs over the top. Keegan Lowe's chasing the football. Gets on the first round. Looks at the goals. Ball heading towards the goal square. They fly in the goal square. It's going to be put through for a rush behind. It's all tied up here in the grand final. 6:15 plays, 7-9, 14.5 gone in the final quarter.
Caleb Van Buren, their playmakers, coming off with a bad cramp. Being kicked out of defence from McIver and finds Sharman. Sharman of Wynyard marks 25 metres out from the Devonport goal. Stops and steadies. He's going to go down the corridor. High reward. Kabicki in front takes a really good mark. Kabicki quickly plays on, kicks it towards Murphy. Zane Murphy and Kurt Byard run outside 50. Zane Murphy in front. Kurt Byard just caresses him. Ball's been pushed out of bounds. And we're going to get a boundary throw in 55 metres from the Wynyard goal. Bo Sharman took a risk, went down the corridor and it paid off. Wynyard been superb after half time. Marshall Barling knocks it forward 15 metres. In comes Blake, been terrific after half time too. Gives it to Kabicki. Kabicki fumbles, goes to ground. Quade Byard picks it up. He's tackled, forced to ground, and we're going to get a ball up 45 metres from the Wynyard goal. All even here, 51 apiece. Oh, to be 51 again, Brian Payne. We have got a beautiful game of football here. The Cats have clawed their way back into this. Clark throws it up. Barley knocks it over the top. Goes through their captain, Quade Byard. Picked up now by Hawks. He quickly kicks it over his shoulder. Standing in front's Hamill. Chapman over the back takes a good contested mark. Chapman up high, marks the ball on the wing for Devonport. He comes inside the corridor looking for his captain in Quade Byard. Great play by Blakes of Wynyard. Knocks it down, picked up by Weller. The Cats are going to go forward. Weller puts it in front of Tipolare. Good body work by Clark. Allows Hawks to come in. Hawks gives it over to Clark there. Back now to Derrico. Derrico goes short and allow the Magpies to settle, and Lowe marks in front of the Confuse box centre wing.
What a solution this young man's had, Keegan Lowe, and he sends a long bomb towards centre half forward. Wynyard has the numbers here. Bring Ravens Geordie Payne, but it's tapped in the open spaces. Foreman's in front. Foreman's quite happy to run over the boundary line, yes, with the ball. But it's all tied up here at Devonport, and Wynyard have in the deep and enemy territory with a boundary show in about 25 metres from the Devonport goal. 6:15 plays, 7-9. It's 51 apiece. It's head towards 17 minutes of the final quarter. A lot of players around the football. Picked up by Big Darcy Brasendale. Tackled, got a handball away in time. Picked up by Quade Byard. He's also been pickpocketed by Weller. Weller sends the ball towards the wing. In front there is Fletcher Kelly. Handballs to Derrico. Derrico with a left foot around the corner. They fly. And a great mark taken by Charles. Didn't have enough to send the umpire. Pack develops just inside the 50-metre arc of Devonport. And yet another stoppage will take place. 6:15 plays, 7-9. That's 51 apiece, ladies and gentlemen, in the grand final. And about 9 minutes to go with this great game of football. Ball's tapped out of the pack. In front is Kabicki. Over the head it goes. Kabicki's taken high. And Kabicki, who's played a wonderful game. They try to take advantage of Wynyard, but the play stopped. And Kabicki gingerly getting to his feet and award the free kick for Wynyard on the half-back flank. Kick short, mark at his chest is Foreman. Foreman's been terrific today with a capital T. Kicks to Barling, and Barling takes a strong mark for Wynyard. On the wing, he'll drive the Cats into attack. Next score, whatever it is, Wynyard will take the lead. Goal will be handy. Barling very short, found Logan Smith. Logan, no on the mark, so Logan sleeves up. Oh, Murphy drops the sitter. You can't do that, Zane. That tries to take on the tackler. Will he be penalised? No, he won't. Oh, Zane, you've got to hold those. The mark and a shot for goal. Anything would have been a handy. 40 metres out. So ball up 40 metres out from the goal. Up it goes high under there. Barling got the tap down. Trying to bust his way through was Forster. Ball finishes up to Kabicki. Kabicki works his way through the pack. Screws the ball forward. It's after Tipolare, but in the way there is Benny Hawks. Benny Hawks steadies, and a great pass has been marked there at centre half back by
Forster.
Jack Forster.
Jack Forster now from centre half back for the Magpies. Magpies under plenty of pressure from the Cats. Goes short to Simmons. It's 51 apiece. We've gone 18, nearly 19 minutes into the last term. Devonport going back to back. The Cats for the first one since 15. Hawks kicks the Magpies long. It's a long kick. It's gone 65, 70 metres. The ball bounces towards the boundary line and it finds itself 15 metres around from the point post. And that looks like Devonport now. The wind's turned going towards the Devonport end. That's towards the Latrobe Hospital end. That's 51 apiece here. 19 minutes and 10 seconds gone. Thrown in. Charles has lifted after half time. Gets it out. Van Buren off the contest. Gives it in. Sharman knocks it out towards McIver, picked up by Chaplin of Devonport to the top of the square. It's young Lockie Kelly, low with pace, low with class, kicks it towards the goal line, touched on the goal line, and the Magpies in front by 1 point. 6-17 Devonport, 53. They lead Wynyard 7-9, 52 to 51. Sharman going to kick the ball out of defence, been told to play on. Ambles out, kicks it long, scoreboard side of the ground looking for Hamill. Hawks over the top, knocks it down. Weller fumbles, goes in his head down, picked up by Hawks. Handball to Van Buren, the magician Van Buren from the boundary line. Top of the square, great mark taken by Darcy Brasendale. Back with the flight of the ball. Great mark. Brasendale now switches the ball to the scoreboard side to McIver. Here come the Cats out of defence. McIver kicks it wide, too wide, out of bounds on the full, and it's going to be a free kick to Hawks, 70 metres from goal.
We had a few skill errors with the drop back by Marshall a few moments ago, by Murphy a few moments ago. In the meantime, the ball finishes up with Braden Van Buren. He sends a long kick towards goal. They fly the forward line. It's punched towards the boundary line. Over the boundary line it goes. There'll be a boundary showing 3.5 metres from the Devonport goal. They lead by 1 point, 6-16 to 7-9. Wynyard might try and put through a rush behind because they need a goal to get back in front. Devonport by 1 behind as we head towards 21 minutes in the grand final of the last quarter. A lot of players around the football. Picked up by Kelly's tackle to the ground. Pack develops. Is that ball coming out of there? No, says the umpire. Ball up, 30 metres out from the Devonport goal. Devonport lead by 1 point, 52 to 51. Up goes the football. Bouncing around between players once again. First one's Forster. He handballs to Milburn, who snaps the goal and kicks an absolute beauty. The veterans kicked an absolute beauty. Might be the match-winning goal, and every Devonport player's running to Nick Milburn, who's kicking second goal, and it's going to be a handy one, Dale, because Devonport lead by 7 points. Well done, Nick Milburn.
And Van Buren coming off. Caleb Van Buren's about done. The Magpies 7 points up. Great play by Forster. I'll tell you what, Forster's put his name up for the Wayne Wing medal today. He got the ball out to Milburn. Milburn on his wrong side, kicked the goal. He kicked plenty of them in his career. The Magpies now 7 points in front. We've gone 22 minutes into the last term. The Cats need a quick reply. It's Charles and Marshall. To Ruckman. Up. Charles over the top. Sharman comes out of the middle. Being knocked back. Sharman picks it up again. He's been tackled by Forster. Sharman knocks it out. Been picked up by Clay Simmons of Devonport. He crashes forward. Chaplin comes out. Didn't mark the ball. Kept the ball in front of him. He kicks it now out of the contest. He kicks it long. And it's been touched on the line. Great play down there by Brasendale. Desperation. Magpies now go 8 points clear. Devonport, they seem to me now, Brian, capable of winning back-to-back. Foreman's going to play on. Quickly goes down the scoreboard side of the ground. Looking for Payne. Payne under pressure from Castles, and he's been pushed in the back. Payne now had a sensational year for the Cats. Wynyard go forward. They need to kick a quick goal. Payne now slams it onto his boot. It's close to the boundary line. A great mark taken by Tyler Bates, who's absolutely been superb after half-time. Bates quickly plays on. Goes towards Marshall. Marshall couldn't mark it, but Kabicki, the class act from the Cats, off the ground level, marks. Kicks it forward. Smith's had his kick been smothered. Fleming's had his kick been smothered. Fleming handballs the ball back over his head. Smith kicks. Smith misses. It's been smothered. 3 smothers in a row. Murphy goes out. Noah Fleming's there. Handball towards Murphy. Ball's on the ground. Van Buren pushes it through. And the Cats get a rush behind. 17-52 Wynyard. They trail on Devonport 7-17-59. 7 points of difference.
Yeah, sensible play by Van Buren back there to give away that rush behind. That's going to make no difference to the final score. 7 points is the margin. And Van Buren will kick in for the Braden Van Buren. He's had a great game today. Kicks long to the far side of the ground. They fly on the far side. A big fist from behind. Chasing it after over there is Marshall, but the ball goes over the boundary line. Cats are running out of time. They trail by 7 points. We've played 24 minutes. Probably 2-3 minutes to go. They need at least a goal in the behind to keep this game alive. Never had extra time before. Hope we get overtime if we call extra time here, Doc. Ball comes down to Hamill. Hamill kicks towards centre half forward. There's only one player there. He's been crashed into the back. I thought, no, yes he was. Good call by the official. He's been given a free kick. And that player was Hawks. Number 8.
And 50. And 50.
Well, that's...
absolutely. Yeah.
Virtually summarised up the game today. That's... we can still win the game. Don't do any silly colours. Hawks has been taken towards centre half forward. And Hawks kicks towards the top of the 10 metre square. They fly there. Great mark. Taken by Geordie Payne. This young man's all class. Kicks, as I say, that his kicks poor between marked by Darcy Brasendale, and Brasendale kicks off the side of his boot. Wynyard had some skill errors in the last quarter, some missed kicks out of bounds in the full, some easy drop marks, and had a chance to win the game. I said a good game today. That was a poor kick. So the nearest player is Bo Nash. No, it's not. It's in fact Keegan Lowe, who kicks long, marking competition, not marked. Picked up by Simmons, tackled, loose possession of the ball, dribbles over the boundary line, boundary showing 40 metres from the Devonport goal. 7-17 plays, 7-10. For Wynyard to win, they've got to do everything right. With about probably 1 minute to go, they've got to get the ball down the other end. Goal on the point to be okay, then we'll go to extra time. In comes the boundary show in. Punch from behind. First with Tyler Bates. Ball pushed out to Sharman. Handballs to Kabicki. Here go the Cats. Kabicki kicks towards the forward line. Braden Van Buren gets underneath it and takes a strong mark. And Braden's been outstanding today for the Capital Low.
Braden Van Buren now off half back for the Magpies, slowing it down. He's going to go long. It goes high. Looking for Simmons. No one marks the ball, being picked up by Sharman. He goes backwards to Brasendale. The Cat's trying to get forward to kick a goal. Brasendale's kick's been well marked by Marshall. And there goes the siren. Devonport have won back to back. They've won by 7 points over a gallant Wynyard Football Club. Both sides kicked 7 goals. Devonport kicked 7-17-59. They defeated Wynyard 17-52 in a glorious game of football. Even though Devonport are premiers, Wynyard can certainly hold their head up high. They were terrific in defeat. They looked dead and gone at half-time. They fought out the game as good sides do. And the Magpies, 7-point winners, back-to-back. Sensational performance by the Magpies. 3 today for the Magpies.
Yes, as you said, Wynyard Gallen and defeat. I'm pleased both sides played football in the second half. Didn't like what I saw in the first half, but well done to Devonport Magpies. That's back-to-back. They're going to try and do what the Bernie Dockers did and string 3 or 4 or 5 in a row. They won by 3 points last year and won by 7 points today, and we called it right over Gallen Wynyard. Remember Wynyard at the start of the year, everyone thought they might struggle a bit, but they didn't read the script. They've been terrific all year. Played some great footy in the finals, outstanding in the pre-final, played very well today and just fell 7 points short of the Devonport Magpies. Final score once again, Devonport 7-17 have defeated Wynyard 7-10, the final margin being 7 points, so back-to-back wins for Devonport Magpies, both close games, both exciting grand finals, but the Magpies in both last year and this year finished up with their beaks in front, beating Penguin by 3 last year and the Classy Cats by 7 points this year. Going through the goal kickers for Devonport, Nick Milburn kicked 2, including the match winner with about 3 or 4 minutes to go. Well done, Nick. Singles to Joey Chaplin, Braden Van Buren, Charlie Castles, Oliver Kelly and Caleb Van Buren. And for the Wynyard Cats, who also kicked 7 goals, 2 kicked by Stanley Tipalora, 1 to Callum Kabicki, 1 to Zach Marshall, 1 to Bo Sharman, and 1 to Zane Murphy. In a great game of football, Devonport 7-17 have defeated Wynyard 7-10 by 7 points, and well done to both sides on putting on a spectacle day. Won't go for 3-1 today. Just pick who we think's going to win the Wayne with I'm going for Braden Van Buren.
I went Braden Van Buren, Tyler Bates and Jack Force, so they're my best 3 tonight.
Yeah, and I'm going for Braden Van Buren. No votes, just Braden Van Buren to win the grand final. He was terrific today. It's a great scene, the players on both sides sportingly shaking hands and congratulating one another. Devonport will realise that they were given a big scare by the Wynyard Cats today, so even though the Wynyard Cats lost, their supporters to come along today should be very, very proud of their team for what they've achieved this season. They've played some great footy and finished just 7 points short today. So Devonport, are they going to do what Bernie did in the early 2000s style and win 5 in a row? It's 2 so far.
Well, we said earlier today in the preview, in the lead-up, that Devonport are playing 10 different players that didn't play last year in the grand final. 10 different players. It's a massive turnover. And to only lose 1 game throughout the year, just a marvellous effort. Their underage reserves and now the senior side have won premierships. It's certainly going to be a big night of celebrations down in James Street in Devonport. The Magpies, the one club policy has come through. They're well led by Kurt Wynyard. They keep the players in the moment. They don't get too far ahead of themselves. They don't look back. They just stay in the moment. Kurt Wynyard now has coached Devonport to back-to-back flags. A sensational effort.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see who wins the Wayne Min medal. Now, I haven't picked the Wayne Min medal since I've been calling for Coast FM. The people who pick it out, they usually disagree. I'm actually quite good at picking Norm Smith medals. I've probably picked about 7, 8 of the last 20 Norm Smith medal winners, but I can't pick. I just don't seem to be able to pick the Wayne Wing medals. Just the judges just don't agree with who I thought. We both thought that Braden Van Buren was best on the ground today. Some terrific players on both sides, so we'll see how the officials thought of a great game of footy. We talked about the first half, but we talked about number 14 for the Wynyard Cats, Alan O'Sign. It took no further part in the second half, but we were just a bit worried about first half. A lot of low lights in the first half, but some great footy played after half-time, Dale. And we both thought they'd settle down and play footy, and they did.
And they did. And look, they looked gone at half-time. Even though they kicked the goal and so on, they looked gone. Didn't dominated the second term. The Cats hung in, and as I said at half-time, they were 14 points down, and they got a second chance, and they nearly took it. They were sensational after half-time. Wynyard, goal for goal, they brought that 14-point deficit. They hit the front in the last term. And but just look, just Melbourne with a bit of class at the end. I thought Jack Forster's work from the stoppage was really good all day. And the Magpies, they kicked 7 goals to win the grand final, 7-17 to 7-10.
It's interesting that 2 players didn't play for Devonport last year in the grand final. Keegan Lowe, surprisingly not selected, and played in the twos in the grand final last year. And also Fletcher Kelly was in hospital with an unfortunate injury. Both played pretty well today. Keegan was a bit slow getting into the game, but once he did, he played his usual classy game. And I just thought that Fletcher Kelly and his brother was both the class acts. I thought Fletcher was outstanding today. So about to go on with the presentations. Well, you've been through this style. It must be hard sitting there watching the opposition get the medals. You've been there through that a couple of times.
It is. Look, and you've gone all year and you're sitting there coming second. But look, Wynyard very, very good today. They've got nothing to be ashamed of. They've come of age as a football club. They're underage in the grand final today, so they've got their programs right in Wynyard. I thought their game after half-time was sensational. But just the Magpies, back-to-back, being the best side all year. They've only been beaten once, and they ran through in the end by 7 points.
Yes, so a lot of Wynyard people here today. For those listening at home, you can be very proud of your club. They'll be back bigger and stronger in season 2023. But all through the summer I heard Wynyard are going to finish down the bottom of the ladder. We've lost so many players to country clubs, so many players. But I'll tell you what, Bo Sharman and the Wynyard coaching hierarchy and officials did not read the script today.
Oh, we got it right, Brian.
Oh, well, my first pick in about 10 years. Well done, Brian. Braden Van Buren has been voted best on the ground, and he was sensational. A great 4-quarter effort by Braden Van Buren, and Devonport happy that the Van Buren's in the side. So Braden obviously saying something to the Wynyard players, but they had put their good game of footy here today. Yeah, for the Wynyard people listening at home, I know you're disappointed losing for 7 points, but just to stick with this team, they'll be back and they'll be giving it a big shot. A big shot in season 2023. Well, we've got our Wayne Wing medal. Dale and I both picked him. My first time I picked a Wayne Wing medal, so I can die happy now. The final score here at Latrobe, once again, Devonport 7-17 have defeated the Gallant Wynyard 7-10. Devonport have won the 2022 Grand Final by 7 points. A great game of football we've witnessed here at Latrobe today. Hope you enjoyed the call, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your great calling with you, Dale, all the way through season 2022. Well done to Doc back in the studio. That's all we have here at the Latrobe Oval. We'll go back to Doc in the studio. Doc, I've got an important announcement to make. Coast FM is football.
Number 3, I believe it's the 8th grand final in a row. Clay Simmons.